Parlay Pete,
AC Lee.
how we doing, buddy?
We're doing good in this glorious first Wednesday of 2026, my friend. How are you?
Ah, man, not too bad. I know this looks bad, but I was looking for this. This. Here we go. I was looking for a song. I don't think I got the right one because I thought it was a great way to start it off.
I was about to say I couldn't tell what the hell we were just listening to, anyways.
Yeah, this is not what I'm looking for. Oh, that's right. I I typed in the bridge is over instead of destroy and rebuild. Because I just think it's, you know, did you ever go through a Nas listening phase?
No, not where I was just like dissecting and going through um his all of it. Like, no.
I
There's
did.
Nas that I like though. Obviously, there's plenty of Nas I like.
I went through a Nas phase for a little while. I appreciate it, but I don't want to listen to it often. Now I like him on that quick to back down though. I like him when I like the lyrical niggas when they get on that southern shit.
Yeah, I think he certainly was somebody that brought it, and then he did Bravehearts too,
Yeah.
or Made You Look.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the remix.
That's a yeah,
The remix is crazy. Jadakiss.
yeah, yeah.
Well, here we go. This is all I want. The bridge is over. This is the time that we restore and rebuild. Destroy and rebuild, excuse me. Way to fuck up an opening rant. But, we got the news on Sunday. Coach Ra fired. Terry Fontenot fired. And
Rich McKay.
hold on, no. I'm just talking about Sunday. Just on Sunday. We get that. And I tell you, I don't know how I feel about this. Now that the season is over, I think about it. Yeah, Ra made mistakes, but he hadn't been a head coach in like 12, 15 years. He was relearning how to be a head coach and manage a whole team and this and that. Hold on. And installing his program, trying to get the quarterback situation has still been weird. But the team improved when he got it. It stayed the same year too, record-wise, but we did see growth in areas that we were looking for. We saw some decline in some other areas, but we saw growth in areas that we were looking for. You know what? Maybe we do run this back for a third year with Ra, and we don't fire Terry because, look, again, I think Terry Fontenot is a really good GM, and even in his mistakes, quote unquote, it's layered, right? So I think we fired competent people who were building towards something. Now we're going to have to restart it all over again. And as a team that's been starved from the playoffs, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. But then Monday comes. Rich McKay gets fired. And now we're rejoicing. You know what? We are all here to do what Falcons do. Hey, Parlay Pete, the Falcons have decided to destroy and rebuild, and we have the chance to rise up. Rich McKay is gone. Terry Fontenot is gone. Raheem Morris is gone. Tell me how you feel about it.
Well, I think like everybody else, I was surprised. Is the first words that come to my mind is surprise. Not because they didn't deserve it or anything like that. I just thought that the Falcons would continue to be status quo and do what the Falcons do, and that's that. Not rise up. That's that. It's keeping that type of stuff going and constantly having the same thing going. I was surprised, but was the right call made? 1,000%, and twice on Sunday. They had to do this. And I think that when you had sent me a message and you had said this was I think it was before the Saints game even had started. I think you had said it maybe. Or maybe it was right after it ended. I don't remember. No, you said it before the game. It was before the game because you said that you thought that we should keep Ra, and then I ironically sent you the Trae Young cycle. And I didn't put any words with it. I only sent you that because to me it's a similar situation. I know we'll get to Trae Young here in a little bit, but we got to stop doing the same thing over and over again. My thought was you either keep them all or you get rid of them all. There was no in between.
Yes, and that was me. When Rich wasn't announced to be gone, but we fired those two.
It didn't matter, right? At that point, it's just kind of like much ado about nothing. This is more of the same.
It's like we're taking a step back because we're bringing in new people, and they're going to want to do their new shit. And we're also showing the league that we're becoming an unstable franchise because we're running through coaches fast now.
Right.
But then when you fire Rich McKay, it changes the whole thing. And if you know, you know.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but all in all, this is what this boiled down to. Ra underachieved. He underachieved. I agree with you, obviously, as we saw, there were parts of the team that needed to improve that did. We finished second in the NFL with sacks. You had a double-digit sack guy for the first time since Vic did his all-pro year.
Shout out to Fofo.
Yeah. And shout out to 27 because we got ourselves a dog finally on the edge. And so a guy that we can hang our hat on that's going to be here for a decade and is going to be a double-digit sack guy, something that we just haven't had. That was especially something that we've never really homegrown. Pat Kearney is like the last person I can think of that I know Vic had this season, but I'm talking about a consistent pass rusher that we actually drafted. Hasn't been since Pat Kearney. And
Bro, real quick, I'm happy that it was the 27 pick and not the 11 pick because we're going to get shit on for not making the playoffs and trading that pick, but at least that pick was the person who was the better of the two. And if you know why he got drafted later in the first round, it wasn't a talent problem.
Well, but and the other thing is we got Xavier Watson the deal too. Like that was the third round pick that we traded, giving them our second last year. That's what we got in return, their third, and that's what we took with that third pick. The Falcons knocked it out. As far as I'm concerned, it remains to be seen because we don't know what the Rams are going to do with that pick. But as of today, I would lean more towards it. The Falcons won the trade anyways. And so,
well, it's similar to what's happening with New Orleans, and people are shitting on Joe Dumars for giving up their lottery pick for Derek Queen. And it's like, well, have you seen Derek Queen play basketball in the NBA? He may be better than the guy that ends up becoming that pick. But again, networks like ESPN, Fox, whatever major network, y'all got to go out here and give a take on something before we actually get to watch this shit play out. Some of this stuff, it takes 2, 3, 4, 5 years before you know if it's a good move or not.
Right.
Neither here nor there.
And then it gets to Terry. With Terry, this is point blank why Terry got. 2 reasons. When he got here, we needed to figure out this quarterback situation. After 5 years,
the cap. It was the cap.
Nah, I know it's the cap, but I'm just saying in general, the Matt Ryan succession plan, everything was already, that was going to be in focus apart like him. So during that 5-year stretch, though, you don't figure out the quarterback situation. So that's 1. 2, at the end of the day, we had no winning seasons in 5 years. So you're not winning football games, or enough of them. You're not winning enough football games, and you have a quarterback issue. He's going to get got because of those 2 things.
Baked Pie, you sound like a number cruncher right now.
I'm
You
stating
sound like you
facts
didn't.
is what I'm doing.
You sound like you didn't watch the games.
So I
And I
watch
know
the
you.
games.
Oh, I know you did, but I'm just saying because when we talk about Terry, we know that Terry did not have roster say when he first got the job. We watched the press conference.
Yeah, well, and then we just based on the picks, we know what the head coach and his
Yeah,
preferences are, and obviously it's like, well, we know whose pick that was.
right. And then you have Arthur Smith. The Arthur Smith years really fucked Terry, and Terry didn't hire Arthur Smith. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Arthur was hired before Terry was hired.
Right. And even if the ink was whatever, they were hired independently of each other. And what we know about football is you need a marriage between owner, GM, and coach. And the way that usually works is the coach and the GM having a marriage, a football marriage, that then they feed that to the owner and they get the owner to buy into it. That's how you like build a good franchise, right? And so we didn't have a good marriage. So we have the Matt Ryan first year, Cap Hill, let's figure it out. Oh, it's a shitty quarterback year. When we got the 4th pick, like we can't get Trevor Lawrence. Okay, we're fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we do what we do. Oh no, that wasn't Trev's draft. I'm tripping. No, that
was 20.
That was the Pitt. No.
Oh no, he's 2020.
Yeah, but the Pitts draft, right? That's when we got Pitts.
Yes.
But like we couldn't get Trev. Oh yeah, that was a shitty quarterback draft. It was supposed to be a great one, and it ended up being shitty because what? Justin Fields isn't a good NFL quarterback. Zach Wilson doesn't get to play NFL snaps. Who else was in that class?
Tua.
No, Tua was Joe Burrow the year before.
You're right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so, but anyways, we were in that range. We couldn't get Trevor Lawrence, so we were fucked. Shout out to Duval, my number 2 team now.
We're officially admitting that on air, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Nigga, if Trevor Lawrence brings the Super Bowl to the Ville, I'm going to Jacksonville for the goddamn parade. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
You fucking right. My nigga Duval down there, my homegirl Tyra out there. Shout out to my niggas in Duval. Man, you crazy hell, boy. If Trevor Lawrence wins the Super Bowl, I'm off, I'm going to Duval.
Yeah.
On God.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Terry really, he fucked up at quarterback, and the place where he was where he can quote unquote be hit for it, but we know that it's probably more so of a marriage of scheme thing, was missing out on Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield and going with Desmond Ritter. You know, because the Kirk Cousins thing wasn't wrong. I'm not going to knock Terry for what happened with Kirk Cousins. I blame that more on coaching and medical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we talked about this when this happened, but Kirk Cousins was supposed to be our starter to start the season.
That's correct.
And if Kirk Cousins starts this season, niggas don't get fired. If a healthy Kirk Cousins starts this season, which he was, and he was the guy through the all season training camp and all of that, and he actually didn't say fuck these niggas like he did for a little while, because we know he would say that in his head.
Well,
we're nobody gets fired, which is probably worse for the franchise because Rich McKay keeps his job, but we get to the playoffs, and so we're happier.
Well, we're more accepting of our circumstance because we're happy with ultimately having this result, even if it's just a Band-Aid over something that's been chronic for years now. I don't know. I think that Terry and Rob are what they are. I'm not going to look back at this as a fond time, honestly. I think that
It's a dark year of our lifetime.
Terry deserves credit for bringing in the talent. It's unfortunate he's not going to get to see it flourish altogether, but hopefully he'll be able. I'm sure he will get a job. I don't know if Terry gets a GM job again, but
Terry deserves a GM job. Like Terry was good enough at building a roster that says he deserves a GM job.
In the right organization, too.
Yeah, because I don't think Terry is the reason that we went into an offseason saying Desmond Ridder is our starter no matter what. Because, again, that was under Arthur Smith, where we know that Terry did not have final say on the 53. So if you don't have final say on the 53, I'm not saying he wasn't interested in. I'm not going to say he was interested in Baker or Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, the guy who has the number one seed going to the playoffs. Baker Mayfield, who's made the playoffs in Tampa every year he was there, except for this year. But Baker has had the best record in the NFC South every year he's been in it. You know that guy.
Yeah, well, except this year.
No. He was 8-9. He still had the best record.
He's tied,
but still.
Wasn't good enough to get him into the playoffs.
Nobody has won more games in the NFC South than Baker Mayfield since he got there.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Glazers, they did right in Tampa. You know what I'm saying? But that's my only knock on Terry and him not wanting to go after Baker or Sam Darnold based on what they had done as NFL quarterbacks. I do understand it. I don't agree with it because I would have went after Baker. I would have never touched Sam. I would have went after Baker.
I would have touched either of them because there should have been some sort of a competition for Ridder.
Well, yes.
And the point blank period. Desmond Ridder should have never, ever been given the keys to anything.
No, but if the head coach says this is my guy and he has the say over the final 53, and by him getting hired first, we would assume that. And nothing about Arthur Smith's track record says that we should trust his roster management, honestly.
Yeah.
He's a good OC. But
well, Giuseppe.
All right, Giuseppe. Thanks, Diddy. We appreciate.
Yeah. Shout out to Brother Love, right?
Yeah. If he rocks with us, we appreciate the love. And you know what? We don't appreciate all the things that you did, but we do appreciate the music that you've made. Hey, I still listen to Bad Boy music. All right, look, I won't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Take that. Words I'd never tell a woman.
Right.
But no, I just think Terry got fucked. And because he's black, I care about this because I don't know if he'll ever get to be a GM again. But Terry deserves to be a GM again. And I think you could agree with that, even though
I agree. He definitely deserves another shot. And he's young enough to where he could get one. But obviously
he's a nigger.
But we've seen time and time again just in the
NFL.
Well, no. Yeah, that's the thing about that's coaching. But I'm saying as a GM, we just know that it's very rare that a GM gets a second crack at being a GM. It doesn't matter how their tenure went. I mean, look at Thomas Dimitrov. He has not gotten a second crack at it, and maybe it's because of just how bad it did end with him. And then he never really had a complete draft class because I give Dan Quinn the credit for that draft class for the Super Bowl year. That was DQ, obviously, that picked out all those players. So it wasn't him. But it's hard to get a second crack at a GM. But he's young enough to where I think that he'll work his way in another organization. Maybe he goes back to New Orleans.
I hope
Terry would be a good fit for an organization. He wouldn't be the GM, but he'd be a good fit for an organization like a Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Green Bay, even Dallas to a degree. Because these are teams that have done well with drafting, like when you think of homegrown players, and that's something that I think that Terry can hang his hat on. That
you think Dallas is going to bring in a black man to be a voice that has to be respected?
Why you don't think Jerry? You think Jerry's racist?
No, I'm not calling Jerry racist. I said
they call him a control freak.
Yeah.
Okay.
A control freak with
Him and his son Steven?
Yeah, a control freak with biases. A biased control freak. I, you know, you want to go be a running back or a receiver in Dallas. I don't think you want to go work in the front office of the black man in Dallas.
Yeah.
You'll be respected as talent that doesn't think in Dallas. I don't know if you're going to be respected as talent that is paid to think in Dallas. That's all I'm saying. Now, with the culture that they have in Dallas, having a guy like Terry Fontenot in there and actually giving him influence, hey, that nigga know how to pick players. He know talent. He came up under Mickey Loomis, and I hate the Saints, but you know what? Them motherfuckers know talent.
Yeah, they kept the pantry always stocked.
Bro, like if we're being honest, the Saints under the Mickey Loomis era, it's Mickey Loomis, right? Yeah. Them niggas know talent.
Maybe he goes to Philly and
he's black, and I can't say what I want to say because we don't want to get canceled, but he won't have a voice there either.
Well, it's Howie's show, but like I'm just saying, he can bring him on,
And it's Jeff's show too.
Have you heard about who everybody's linking our GM position to?
I saw somebody.
The assistant GM for the Bears. I think his name's
because we got Ryan Poles in our building. I don't want that bitch. Like, don't get me wrong. Excuse me. Let me change my language. Because, sir, you are not a bitch. But no, I don't want anybody from the Bears. I'm sorry. I don't want anybody that comes from Ryan Poles. Because I've seen what the Bears have been without Ryan Poles. And that's a division-winning team.
They just won a division with him.
Huh?
Ryan Poles, he's still the GM.
Oh, not Ryan Poles. I'm sorry. Not Poles. Oh shit, you're right. Who the fuck did we hire from?
You're talking about the old before Ryan Poles.
Yes.
Who he took over for. Yeah, he's in our building.
Yes.
But I'm saying with Poles, this is how they've made the connection. For the guy's name's Ian Cunningham, but he's the assistant GM for the Bears. Matt Ryan, I didn't even realize it. Matt Ryan and Ryan Poles played together at Boston College.
Oh yeah, that's so. Throw out everything I just said because I was.
You're talking about Paces.
Yes, Pace.
Pace.
I was reading that article because I think you sent it to me.
Yeah.
I read it as Pace and not Poles. So all of that shit came from it being tied to that Pace motherfucker. Fuck him.
Well, I imagine he's gone too. They've cleaned house completely. So
I know, but I'm just saying, when I read the article, I was thinking about Ryan Pace, not Ryan Poles.
Right.
So, and then the Matt Ryan thing, I'm like, oh golly, we got the nigga who hired Matt Nagy and drafted Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson. Again, I'll never knock a nigga for not drafting Patrick Mahomes, but hold on, you didn't draft Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, that's the one that'll never make any sense. But
yeah. So why are we listening to him? Never mind. Ryan Poles. I actually think Ryan Poles is a pretty good GM because of what that shit he did to Carolina. To get DJ Moore and Caleb Williams for Bryce Young.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how many games your team wins. That nigga know what he doing.
Yeah. And so he obviously the Matt Ryan connection, because now we're expecting Matt Ryan to be basically the president of football operations.
Yeah, he's going to be Rob Pelinka.
Yeah, so we're expecting Matt Ryan to come in and be that. And if Poles is somebody that he's close with because they did play together in college and he's already in a position like that, he's recommending him to us. We'll see, right? Because you're giving a GM a first time, but then he's got to pair him with the coach. And so, which is what begs the next question. Well, who would the coach be, right? And so
here's the problem. Here's a problem we have. We got to wait for LaFleur.
Yeah, we're going to know after this Sunday.
But God damn it, we got to make sure we schedule that John Harbaugh interview appropriately. Because the last time we did this coaching search, we fucked it up. We talked to Vrabel and Harbaugh, and we let them niggas leave.
Yes.
Now, mind you, I think Harbaugh would have left no matter what. I like the Chargers' job was a better job because you have quarterback. You got Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
So like, I get Harbaugh getting out of there, but that nigga Vrabel went to go be a consultant for the Browns, and he just won the division with Josh Allen in it. His system just turned Drake May into what may possibly be the MVP. I hope Stafford gets it, but like that nigga may have turned Drake May into the MVP. We had that nigga on the yacht.
Yeah.
And that nigga don't wear black and red. He wear blue and red. Hey, make sure you schedule the Harbaugh interview the right way, because I think John Harbaugh is a better head coach than Matt LaFleur. I do. Only because Harbaugh's done it longer. But I would rather have Matt LaFleur as my head coach because I know I'm not OC dependent. I'd much rather be DC dependent because DCs don't get head coaching jobs like OCs do.
Well, and the thought would be you already have your DC. That's the one person I think that stays obviously in the building if they can help it. Ulbrich doesn't leave. You don't let him leave. And so a pairing of Matt LaFleur as your head coach would almost assure that Ulbrich's going to be his DC because obviously there's the connection there. They've already worked together. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And ain't nobody ever talked about no fucking Falcons pass rushing now. That's all we want to talk about. So I think that LaFleur definitely makes the most sense. I mean, obviously then there's the Matt Ryan connection there as well. It just makes a ton of sense. And a place like Green Bay, they just view it as we just keep going to the playoffs. They're like, man, we've won one playoff game in 5 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. They look at it from this is supposed to be title town, and we're not having a chance to win titles. You know, they're good on the fact that he started what? He was 13-3, like 2 of his first 3 years. Yeah. They've only missed the playoffs once under him. Like
LaFleur has one of the highest winning percentages to start a career as a coach of anybody. And unlike most coaches, he's actually transitioned quarterbacks in that.
And still kept the winning up.
Yeah. So, like, hey, you fire LaFleur and find out that he was enabled by Green Bay. You don't, like, not fire him because you think you don't not hire him because you think he was enabled by Green Bay. Nah, you fuck around and find out with him.
Yeah, and obviously, similar to Stefanski, he will have plenty of suitors too. A lot of people are going to want to hire him, but I think that if he does get fired and he does come available, if you're Atlanta, you don't let him leave without signing. And so,
I ain't gonna hold you though. You know what I would really like?
What's that? Tomlin?
Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes.
But see, with Tomlin, it's the same thing with Harbaugh.
Yeah. No. Like I would like Tomlin. I don't think that's the best move for the franchise, right? Like, but I like it because Tomlin is also the type of leader that I am, where we're gonna create a culture here of buy-in, and that's why we're gonna be successful. So that's why I fuck with Tomlin. But nah, my ideal would be B-Flow as the head coach. No, I take that back. No, I really want B-Flow to be the head coach because he black looking. I know he like Dominican, but like the nigga like a nigga.
He coaches like one too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That type of defense.
Yeah. And Dayball. I would like that to be our, like, what the Raiders are gonna do with Brady.
Yeah.
That's what I would like for us. Because the best of the Falcons was when we were trying to be Patriot South. ED?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I would like, but I also know that if we're good for 2 years, maybe even 1 year, Dayball's gone. And now we're playing the offensive now we're playing the offensive coordinator game that both of us want to avoid. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely, and that's why you get the best of both worlds with LaFleur. I think that he fits like a glove coming in here. And again, if you're the Falcons, if you're Arthur Blank at least, now that you're technically the only one still left over from when he was last here, and obviously, I guess if Matt Ryan, certainly is going to be the, who he's going to be, you do the right thing and you right or wrong, because Sark should have never been our offensive coordinator. LaFleur should have been the offensive coordinator. And it was so obvious, but it was so obvious even at the time. Like, yeah, he was a relative unknown because LaFleur left, was the OC for like the Titans for like a year.
The year that got Arthur Smith our job, LaFleur was the OC.
He was there, but then he also was like the passing, or he did a year in LA too. But those were his next two stops. Year. Then Green Bay hires him, and
then gets Aaron Rodgers back-to-back MVPs.
He revitalizes Aaron Rodgers somewhat. Not that A-Rod had fell off, but he kept being injured.
No, he kind of,
and he wasn't as good. That's why they draft Jordan Love, because you're like, oh, I don't know, this guy, it might be getting ready to end with him. And then he goes out and he plays like so y'all gonna try and Brett Favre me.
Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback I've ever watched, bro.
1,000%. That's a fact. He's better. Peyton Manning is real fucking close too. But what it is Aaron gets the edge because he was, he could run. So
bro, the nigga threw for damn near 300 yards on Sunday at 41. You know what I'm saying? Like
with no receivers.
Yeah, like I know Brady's the GOAT, the accomplishments and all of that. And I'm not talking about guys who have played football and had to like deal with the two people. I ain't talking about that, because that's different. I'm talking about when you watch the game, even Mahomes, fuck him. I ain't never watched nobody play quarterback better than Aaron Rodgers. Like, one, again, I'm not saying he's the best ever. I can't call him the GOAT. That would be disrespectful to Brady's accomplishments and what I watched. Like, don't get me wrong, like Brady's fine.
Yeah. But like, after Tom got to play with Randy, from there as a quarterback, he was that nigga too. I mean,
yeah, but at the same time, you're like, yo, it's certain shit that Aaron can do that Tom could never. And like Aaron, he could play in the cold too. So it wasn't like he was where Peyton, for the majority of his career, was a dome quarterback. That nigga Aaron played in Green Bay, and he'll sidearm flick that bitch 65 on a dot.
In 30-degree winds.
Yeah.
Or 30-mile-per-hour winds.
And this is, I mean, we're probably still somewhere in Falcons first, but I'm going to take it off. But like, even like Devontae Adams, like, I don't think niggas understand how far he is. He led the league in receptions this season and didn't play, the last 2 games?
Yeah. And I think he had missed maybe a game earlier.
Yeah, like that Aaron Devontae era, that was just some of the most beautiful quarterback to receiver football I've ever seen.
Same with him and Jordy Nelson.
It looked better with Devontae.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, Jordy Nelson, look, he made Jordy Nelson look like a fucking badass out there. He made him look like a top 5. He was never a top 5 receiver, but he made him look like one. Randall Cobb. I love it because Aaron Rodgers always,
he get his niggas paid,
man, and they were never out of it. It felt like isn't that what you want out of your quarterback, knowing that you've always got you're never out of it? Like, again, they're 4-6, and you're like, man, them niggas they could go on a run for real.
Bro, have you ever watched an Aaron Rodgers? Like, have you ever started an Aaron Rodgers game and be like, oh yeah, I know they're gonna lose? Never.
No.
Like niggas believed in Pittsburgh this year. Yeah, Tomlin, he's never below 500, but you're like, oh, Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers? Ah, man, it's just too much. It's too much something over there for them niggas. Like, They deserve to they didn't deserve to win that game, but they deserve to make the playoffs and win that division because they give Aaron Rodgers and Tomlin. Them niggas got cool off of Aaron doing Tomlin dirty and Tomlin doing Aaron dirty.
Yeah. Well,
when
he was on the Jets, the showmanship that they show each other. But that's obviously the deep respect that they have, both being in the league as long as they've been. And
they are bro. They are top 1%ers in a top 1%ers game. You know what I mean?
It makes you wish that Aaron never went to the Jets because maybe he doesn't get hurt on that surface at MetLife. And if he goes directly to Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh had the need for quarterback just as long as when he left. Yeah. So they had that need for 4 years. And
Aaron was better then.
Well, just imagine what could they have already accomplished. And so, think about TJ Watt's getting up there in age now.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's 31. Or is he 32? What is he?
Oh, nigga, our age.
Yeah, I know he's in his 30s. And so, it's like he's still elite, but
he's also white. And this is not some racist shit. But when we start talking about playing DN, that's athleticism. Part of that's athleticism. And as black people, statistically, historically, there's not a white Michael Jordan. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not a white Kobe. A white guy might do that for a year or two. But they're not. Nigga, Kobe was 40 and gave niggas 60.
Yeah.
MJ was 40 and grabbed the nigga's layup off the top of the backboard with two hands and put it on his neck before he landed. LeBron is 40 and caught a oop last night with his hands above the backboard and his head looking down in the rim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't never seen a white guy do that.
Yeah.
And because I care about branding and all of that stuff, it's not to shit on white people because we've also not seen black people do some of the stuff in the white collar world that y'all have done. Okay. So, right. Hey, we have our stuff, but nigga, Aaron Rodgers,
game buster.
Bro, Patrick Mahomes gets compared to Brady, but he took his game from Aaron Rodgers and all the other nigga quarterbacks because he was raised by his black daddy. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes, he is the ideal mixed quarterback. I know we put him in the black quarterback category because in America, the one drop rule. But he is honestly, Patrick Mahomes is a mixed quarterback. He's fast enough, but nigga ain't fast. Nigga ain't Jalen Hurts fast, and Jalen Hurts ain't known as a fast nigga. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
That nigga can run. Oh, he'll run your ass over too if you play with him.
He's good size. Even at 6'3", he's kind of chubby.
Nigga got a gut. He got gut, hips, ass. He got all his thighs. You know what I'm saying? He throw that bitch a country mile, and everybody know. Hey, the white boys get to play quarterback, but it's just neighborhood nigga who got a bad form, and he can throw that bitch 80.
He could do it with one arm. Just him holding it
he throwing that bitch underhand because he taught himself how to throw watching Vince Young and Michael Vick, but he flanged that bitch.
So I was about to bring up Michael Vick because that's what, in a weird way, it's it evolved to obviously a much more accurate version of Vic, but because that's how Vic used to. If you look at the way Vic, I think, did you put it up? Somebody put it up. I think you put it up.
I put up some Vic shit this week.
It was the highlights of him that Monday night game against the Redskins.
Yeah, because
opening.
Because
I remember watching that game. Everybody, I feel like a lot of people remember watching that shit.
Michael Vick in one game, Michael Vick playing his A game. Not a nigga that's ever touched the center's ass can do what he did.
Cam is close too, though. When he played his best ball,
Yeah, because he ran niggas over.
And he was doing it. You gotta remember too, that nigga. One thing I'll give Cam Newton respect for always is that he never had a receiving core, and so
Cam didn't have a receiving core at all.
But he had great defense and he had a good run game with him.
Cam didn't have a team at Auburn. Cam was only pro in that motherfucker and was whooping shit.
And went undefeated and won a Heisman and a national championship.
Hey, you know I almost got in trouble the night he won his natty?
What happened?
Freshman year at Morehouse, we watching a game in the lobby of Whitehall. 198 dudes. You heard? But nah, I was down there. I had a bottle of McCormick's vodka because I'm from Cartersville, and I started drinking at like 15. So like, because bro, a lot of Morehouse niggas didn't really start drinking till college.
Yeah,
and niggas like us, we were plastic bottle boys in high school.
That brother, and it was even worse with Justice, but like,
nigga, you drank Mr. Boston before and liked it. like I'm like being for real, and like we went to college with niggas who like started drinking Ciroc. That was like the first vodka they ever had, and it's like, nah, nigga,
they don't know the struggle.
You don't know nothing about getting your nigga's older cousin who's home from college to go get you a $12 bottle of McCormick's, the handle raspberry, nigga, and we gonna take some goddamn cranberry juice, some orange juice, some Coca-Cola, but we gonna make all types of different drinks out of this shit, and we gonna re-rock this shit, and it's gonna be good.
Try and make it taste as good as mask the straight up taste more than anything.
Like you talk.
We know it's not. No matter what, it was never gonna taste good. But like
I'm the type of nigga who would buy a bottle of Everclear, and I make a big nigga. I make a tote. It ain't a container. You were at my 21st birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, we had a tote of punch, and that shit had fresh fruit and goddamn a handle of Everclear in that bitch, and a bunch of sugar and Kool-Aid. And that shit tasted so good, you didn't know you was drinking 90 proof. That's the type of niggas we are. We didn't come up off just cocktails. No, nigga. Yeah. So like, I was making a point here, but I forgot because I started going down the alcohol journey. And long story short, Michael Vick in one game, can't nobody do the shit he was doing. Cam Newton, he's definitely up there with Michael.
He's a close second, then. Yeah,
because like again, Michael Vick's best day, like when Michael Vick decides to be accurate for a day. He can throw the bitch further than goddamn what's that nigga that
Jamarcus?
No, I'm saying he can throw the bitch further than Jeff George. He can run as fast as Prime. He can juke as good as your favorite nigga.
Yeah, he's as elusive as any running back you can think.
Don't get twisted. Michael Vick broke tackles too. Like that nigga got hurt a lot because he liked contact.
Michael Vick had a mean spin move as well. That people don't talk about. That nigga, because you don't see quarterbacks really utilize a spin.
Well, that's really why I think Michael Vick should get into the Hall of Fame. Well, hear me out. I think it should be positioned as his influence on the game. It should not be him, the player, and what he did on the field.
I can agree with you in terms of, yes, influence, right?
Michael Vick revolutionized football. Like he showed niggas, bro, you can have a quarterback that run 4.2 and throw that bitch 80 yards off his back foot.
So you think that there should be a position, like a spot in the Hall of Fame, maybe that's called like the pioneer spot or something?
No, I don't think you create a spot. I think you give it out when it's needed.
But that's what I said, almost like an emeritus type of status, right? Like something.
No, I don't want it to be emeritus because I want it to be when it matters. You get this position. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't need to be about.
But the point would be though, the person has to almost be a borderline Hall of Famer to begin with.
Yeah.
They not just somebody just because like nigga, somebody could say Jamal Anderson.
No.
Should be in the Falcons Hall of Fame just because he created the Dirty Bird.
Yes.
It had one all-time year, but he wasn't consistent. Like
yes. And if we put him in our ring of honor, he deserves to be there because he impacted our franchise.
But that's the pioneer and the influence. I mean, we're called Dirty Birds to this day because of that. And that was, that season was special.
Too,
I mean, yeah. That season was special. Yeah. That stuff used to be my mom's password for things. 98 Falcons. Bro, or Falcons 98.
Nigga, 98 was one of the best years of our lives, Pierce.
Yeah. Now, I remember. Look, I was in kindergarten. I remember,
Nigga, I was in first grade. And, I know, it was – we were caring about stuff that we didn't even know we were supposed to care about. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you, bro, the crazy thing about that year was the Falcons do that shit 98 obviously to 99. Bro, the next year, Ronnie Brown, they win state at Cartersville High School 99. My football life is crazy because that's Ronnie B's senior year.
Yeah.
Wing T going nuts. Hey, shout out to Coach Chris Griffin, my guy. He was
he's a Callahan. Well, he's not. He's Brown, but that's like their first cousin. That's like his first cousin.
Hey, look here, man. The Brown last name around these parts. You know how you just wake up and you just see Brown everywhere you go?
Yeah.
Well, you nigga come Cartersville, bro, you gonna see a Brown. You know what I mean?
You don't see a Lawrence?
No, you don't really see them. You gonna see some Browns though.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know the big white families out here. I know some of them exist, but and I don't mean like big and like status. I actually mean like big and like size, pause. But nah, bro. Them Browns. Them Browns.
A lot of them.
Hey, shout out to CB. That's my guy. I was with CB Friday night, and boy, we got. Well, I went to VJ crib the other day, boy, and got fucking hammered.
What was the occasion? Just a Saturday night?
The Friday night, and him and his baby mom was like, "Damn, we done got a new crib, and you ain't pulled up on us. You a fuck nigga, low key." And I came out there, and I said, "Y'all got somewhere for me to sleep?" It was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, bet I'll come out there." Cause see, I can't go to VJ house if I can't spend the night for real.
Right.
Cause I'm gonna go out. Cause even if we just chilling, I'm still gonna get fucked up. And because of where he live and where I live, it's a lot of obstacles in between. Like he lived 20 minutes from me.
Right.
In a small town. That's too far. So yeah, we had a good time. But we talked a lot about the Falcons and coaches and a lot of other shit. Let's talk about the rest of the league. Myles Garrett broke the sack record this week.
I saw it live.
Shout out to him.
On Red Zone, and I literally saw it as it right. They
shout out
didn't cut to the game. They kept showing that game, and I saw it. Yeah.
Shout out to Myles Garrett for doing that. Michael Strahan came out hating, saying he did it in 16 games, but Myles Garrett did it in considerably less sacks.
Snaps. Yeah, it's like 200 snaps below him.
Yeah. Like
it's something insane.
And then you had Jared Allen come out and say, "Hey, I got 23 and 16, and I sacked Aaron Rodgers, and the league changed it from a sack to a team sack." And I don't know if you sent it to me or I came across it and sent it to you, but did you listen to the Chris Long piece about the sacks? How he talked about if a sack's not clear and obvious, you have to actually send that shit into the league.
I didn't see it.
Okay. So Chris Long kind of explained how these sacks and stuff work. And also there's internal stuff in the team because, hey, dog, if we got a half a sack together, but I got $1 million bonus on this, let's send it to the league as mine, and then I'll give you $250. The stat game is weird because there's money tied to it and the league's involved. But long story short, I didn't like Michael Strahan hating. I thought that was pure hate.
From old Stray Dog.
Jared Allen, I thought he was hating, but I didn't think he's a hater for hating because by his account, he got fucked over by the league.
Right.
They called it a team sack instead of his sack. So even if they would have gave him the half, he would have tied Strahan in 16 games. So he could talk different. Or if they gave him the whole sack, he would have been, oh, pause. That's crazy.
New Kung Fu Kitty.
He would have had 17.
Whole thing, huh?
Yeah, he would have had 23 in 16 games. And Myles Garrett would have tied him. And he would be the sack king. And if you're the guy who's done that, look here. I don't know if a nigga broke my Bartow County Recreation Department longest touchdown record, but I hope they didn't.
How long was it?
95.
Mm.
Yeah. 2000.
You a running back or a receiver?
I was a running back, but I ran a quarterback sneak.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was like, so niggas already knew Tucker, he was the quarterback, right? But if I came in for quarterback, we was either passing or running. And I broke a quarterback sneak. Somebody ran up on me. I trucked that nigga. Another nigga, I gave him a mean stiff arm. And then after that, out of there.
So basically, after you got through the second layer of the defense, it was.
Yeah, nigga, it was me one-on-one against a safety.
Yeah, you turned into what's his name? I
ain't turning to nobody. I was me.
No, I know, but I'm saying you were the speed runner. What's his name? Wile E. Coyote versus Mimi.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Road runner. Yeah, I was out of there.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know I broke the record. I found out about it because somebody told me they saw it in the newspaper. And I was like, damn, bro, I broke a record. And I only tell that story to say, hey, dog, when you break a record, you don't want anybody to break your record, ever. You always want to keep your record. Even if you fuck with the young nigga who might break your record and you want the young guys to be great, even if you want the young guys to be greater than you in legacy, that's cool. I don't want nobody to break my record. You know what I'm saying? If Kobe was alive today, I don't think he would want anybody in the modern era to break his 81 because that Wilt 100 is kind of finicky. Ain't no video evidence. But I watched Kobe personally at home on national TV in the room next to this one. Get Jalen Rose and the Raptors 81. I know that shit happened.
Yeah. And I don't have any personal records, but certainly even as a team, for us, our state championship team, we had the best record at our school. We won 36 games that year. And like, I don't even know if it'll be possible. I mean, you'd have to be playing in a lot of tournaments and shit, and you'd have to win the tournaments.
Well, you want them niggas, I bet you want them niggas to win state every year.
They won last year. So that was the first time they had won since us. They did win last year.
And you want them niggas to win 34 games or less and win state every year.
Man, I am pissed, Lee. Let me tell you, I saw because I get, for whatever reason, I still get emails about it on Max Prep. And maybe I think when I was in high school, I had signed up for Max Prep so I could see like the shit. And man, they were ranked in the top 10, which would break our record. At one point, we were the number 10 team. That was the highest that we got ranked. And that's where we finished during the season. We finished in the top 10 in the state. I saw that they were like 4th. And I was like, whoa.
Y'all niggas too good.
Well, I'm just thinking, man, who the fuck they got signed over there now? Like if they in the top 4, that means that they got some hype coming out of there. Like there's a few D1 niggas on that team. It has to be now. If you're top 5 in the state of Georgia, and this was not 1A, 2A, 3A, 4, no, this was the entire state.
And y'all are Giza school, right?
Nah, they became GHSA literally the year after I left.
Okay.
We were the last year at Giza.
What are they?
They are, I think it's 2A.
2A.
Let me see.
But the point being, and I'm only painting this for the viewers. So Giza, that's independent schools, mainly private, small schools.
Like for instance, when Anthony Edwards was, because Holy Spirit is still Giza, they're not GHSA. And again, obviously, that's how I know Demi. Like, obviously, Anthony Edwards went there. Like, but like
Anthony Edwards also, that he's the APS product. He APS baby.
Yeah, but his junior and senior year, he's there. But yes, he's really a nigga from Thurl. I mean, that's what he is.
That nigga
like
Thurl.
Yeah.
He went to one of them schools named after an important black person.
Yeah. So
hey, bro, like just think about just the social structure of America and imagine if like the prominent white people in America sent their kids to APS. Like if APS was like the Cobb County School District, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So their number
public school.
They're
going to Langston Hughes and Thurl.
So there are, by the way, they're Georgia Division A D1.
I don't understand none of that shit no more.
Yeah, me neither. But they're right now. I guess they lost the game. They're number 8 though in the top 10. But they're number 1 in Georgia Division A D1.
Hey, here's the who's number. Do you have the list, or are you on their profile?
I have the list. Who's number 1 overall?
Yeah.
Wheeler's number 1.
Checks
Gainesville, Gainesville's number, but that's not surprising that Wheeler.
No.
Yeah, Gainesville 2, Alexander 3.
Bag. Gainesville got a bag.
Do they?
Yeah, so they're hiring the head coach from Grayson, who just won state.
And Grayson's number 4.
So they're hiring
football or basketball?
Football, yeah, but football. They're hiring Grayson's head coach.
Well, we know Grayson's always.
Yeah.
Woodstock 5, Westminster 6, Milton 7, Mount Vernon 8, St. Pius 9, Decatur 10. Damn, what the fuck happened to Norcross?
NIL, man.
So you saying up like Pebblebrook's 22. Pebblebrook always had good teams. Like outside even Collin, like they were pretty good.
They niggas.
They got Green Forest on here. True story, fun story. Obviously that's what it came down to for us. Before we went to Mount Vernon, it was either going to be there at Green Forest. That's where we were going to go.
Y'all didn't think about St. Pius?
No. So let me tell you, I don't think that it was the idea. It was always a basketball decision. And we found out about Mount Vernon via Coach D. So Coach D, because initially Collin and Jordan were supposed to come too. And
Collin's price is different.
They didn't want. Well, the funny thing is, they didn't want Collin, which is now. This was also before. This was not him in high school, right? So Collin is like, maybe I don't know if it came down to something about it being free or like I don't know, but
hey, that nigga went lottery.
Yeah, no, I know. But like,
hey, look here, I don't give a fuck what you thought back then. That nigga went lottery. You were wrong.
No, they were 100% wrong. But yeah, they were. But that's how we found out about it. And with Green Forest, that's obviously a little bit more local because Green Forest is not too far from our. I mean, it's like Decatur, Rainbow Drive, so it's like right there. Plus, we always knew about Green Forest because even during when we would play church league, we would play at Green Forest and against Green Forest, their church team. So, now we were as soon as I got to Mount Vernon, I was sold. I didn't want to go anywhere else anyways. Like Green Forest was, no offense, it's a nigga school. It's a nigga private school. It wasn't.
You saw
it wasn't not. It wasn't nice. Yeah, it wasn't nice.
You saw the white women at Mount Vernon, and you just couldn't control yourself, huh?
No, see, but that was what I was afraid of. I was afraid of the idea of, not because we hadn't dealt with white people, because Tars had white AAU teammates and stuff, but like it was more of like, I knew that we were going to go into it. And one of the best parts about it is that I didn't have any control over it. You're going to be uncomfortable one way or another.
Yeah.
Because we got to learn. For one, you're uncomfortable because I got to meet new people. And this is before I become a social butterfly. So like meeting new people I was a quiet kid. Like,
I know you were a quiet kid. I know.
Doesn't that sound
no,
crazy?
no. Like you're telling me things about you that I don't know. So like,
yeah, growing up, I considered myself very to myself. I spoke a lot to my family knew that I spoke a lot because I've loved sports and like we would just always talk. For Tarsus, the Georgia Star games and stuff, I used to do the halftime stuff. Like I know Coach D's got playing videos of that stuff. But yeah, growing up for the most part, yeah, I was a very quiet student. Like,
so what made you come out of your shell?
Once I got to Mount Vernon, honestly.
Let's talk more about that.
Getting there, it opened up so much of like. So for one, and I credit and I think it helped that LaTonna came to school with me because we did not know that we were going to school together.
Yep.
And that he was there. We talked about it on MySpace because he had said that his brother Zimmy had seen Taurus at a basketball workout at this school. And like I'm messaging him on MySpace and I'm telling him, and this is at the time when you had your top 8, 5 or whatever. LaTonna was always one of my top friends. We weren't best friends at the time, but we were always really good friends. He's like my best friend in 7th grade. We ate lunch together every day, everything. But we never had class again after that. Like we weren't in the same team for 8th grade, and then 9th grade, same thing. Like we played basketball together in 8th grade, but like we weren't on. You know what I'm saying? Like that was it. Yeah. So like we didn't see each other as often. And and this is before niggas had. I didn't get a cell phone till 9th grade, anyways. So it ain't like you could hit up your friends. And if you didn't live in the same neighborhood, like, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't live in a neighborhood. So, like, outside of the people that were in Pine Ridge, those are the only people I would see. And I've known them since I was, 5. Like, so.
Hey, real quick. The house I went to, that was the house you was in high school?
Yeah, I grew up in that house. We moved there when I was 1. So I've lived there pretty much my entire life, outside of when I was initially born.
Bro, if I didn't love you as much as I did, I would just cast you into like the worst light right now.
Why?
Because that house is a thing, man.
Well, it's funny. We used to. That was the thing. So everybody at my school knew that I lived there. Like everybody knew that.
Hey, this nigga had the fly house.
Well, everybody thought we were rich. Like that's what I'm trying to tell you. Everybody's like, oh, they're rich. And then, it don't help. Niggas had pretty hair. Like, I was a pretty boy type nigga that was quiet. Like,
did they think you were rich or did they know that you were rich?
No, they thought that I was rich. I'm not rich. And so.
Did they think your parents were rich or did they know that your parents were rich?
They thought. And so, it didn't help because my mom.
Niggas don't want to be rich, boy.
No, well, we aren't. We aren't. We're not rich. And so, but like, somebody could say that we were well to do. All okay, I could take that, but like people's perception of what we were is totally different than what I always thought. And now, granted, I'll say this much: I did not realize stuff like, people would look at this stuff, man. They'd be like, they got nothing but Escalades, like shit, like you know what I mean. I didn't look at it, but I don't know how much an Escalade costs either at that age. Like,
when you grow up with a silver spoon, you don't know how cheap a wooden spoon is. It's okay.
No, but the difference is too now, and this is one of the things. That's why I love my parents so much. Both my parents grew up poor because whenever I went to their respective homes, whether in Delaware or in Texas, I knew that my parents grew up poor. Because I saw this shit.
Like, no, you're a cool rich nigga because see you still got ties to your family that's not rich. It only gets fucked up when you're not around your rich family.
My parents would be considered the ones that made it of everybody.
Exactly, and that's why you're solid. Now the scary thing is your grandkids. Oh, them niggas might be fucked, bro. Like they're definitely gonna be liberal.
Let's hope not. I hope that Mariana, because even Mariana, she doesn't get a true perception of anything, like whether when she was born, because she just doesn't remember, and then even now, she can like look at it and like know, like she doesn't know I'm struggling, like she doesn't really know that, and like,
nigga, I ain't talking about you struggling right now because like
that's not permanent, but like at the same,
it's a bad quarter.
But I'm just saying in general, with her, her perception, I don't even know what her perception really is going to be. I mean, I like her school now. Like, I do like her school. And a lot of her friends, like, I met these people, the other parents, like, again, her best friend Chloe, the Vasons. I went to their house for a birthday party. They got a nice little spread. They're AUC. The mom went to Spelman. The dad went to Clark. And like, I'm like, okay, y'all do well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know this is a $500,000-$600,000 home. Like,
nigga, when I was at Albany, I would drop low off, and the nigga's putting out his blunt before he takes his kid in. Okay.
Yeah.
Mari don't even know that her dad had to go through that shit because her dad didn't have to go through that shit.
Yeah.
So even your struggles, and not to invalidate your struggles because nigga, it's your life, but the way that it affects her,
she'll never see it.
Yeah, like she don't know what it's like to feel poor. And even when she get older, she ain't gonna be able to reference back the low moments to poverty. And like, it's not a knock on her, but like Mariana's kind of coming up. Like in my situation, I'm her generation, right? Like we're coming in the same generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, my mama had struggles throughout my life. Don't get me wrong. I ain't never been poor. Nigga, I wasn't poor until I was in my 33.
Right.
Didn't have no job and had bills that I like dead ass couldn't pay. And it's like, oh shit, I'm poor. This is what poor people go through.
Like, yeah, you start to realize you're like, fuck, this is what this is. Like,
oh, it's like, oh, I'm gonna pay my phone bill this month, but I'm not gonna pay this credit card bill this month. I ain't gonna pay this other bill. Let me move this money out of my checking account so that it don't take it, and then I'll keep it in my savings and I'll distribute it as I see fit because I can't let my automatic debits control where my money goes.
When you got to do anything where you got to move around anything that's an automatic payment, that's how you know like stuff's starting to get bad, bro. And like for me, it's happened. Like hell, I'm sure you might have called me like a couple. Bro, my phone was on. Like it was either that or keep my lights on. And so it was like I'm gonna keep my lights on. The fuck, like.
And like to be niggas who have never had to like make those sacrifices.
It's even worse.
Yeah,
it's even worse when you never really experienced it because you're like, oh my God.
Like you didn't experience this poverty growing up, and then
at any facet.
And you didn't experience it in your 20s when it's okay for you to struggle. And then
I was thriving as a fucking 20-year-old. And then you
go like, bro, I was talking to a nigga at work the other day, and we was talking about some shit. And I kind of told him my background. I was like, yeah, no, bro. I used to get paid like $4,800 every 2 weeks. And he looked at me. He was just like, hey, I mean, you work here?
Right, nigga. Where did it all go wrong?
I was like, hey, bro, life happens. But like, I'm happy here. Like, I work, but like, I love my job. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, you got a peace of mind. Like,
yeah. And like what I was telling him, I was like, man, yeah, I want to make more money here because I have other things. Like I've created a certain type of lifestyle that requires more money. And I know what that feels like. And nigga, I don't even know how to take a new girl out because I got to have a certain amount of money in my account to do that because I don't want to be tied to what we said we was going to do. I want to be tied to being with you all night and being able to fund the entire night.
Right.
So like you thinking about that, but then it's like, damn, bro, I was making $4,800 a week every 2 weeks. I didn't like what I did as much as I did this. As I do this, where do you find that balance? But you don't know that you even need to find that balance until you deal with the other side of it, you know?
Yeah.
And we were talking about it earlier because, we college niggas, but we ain't like we're blue collar college niggas. Like we got blue collar beginnings. We work in blue collar industries. And although we prefer to be around these bougie niggas in our leisure time, we just don't want to be around these bougie niggas. And I don't even know how we got here, but I think it's important to talk about. And because it speaks to like the disconnect in like the black community and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas get a little bit of money and a little education, and they forget I used to like chicken noodles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't saying go back and eat it. Nah, go to the Asian fusion spot down the street and get you some ramen. But don't forget that you like ramen. Just get a real piece of fried chicken, put in your ramen, and eat it before it gets soggy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's one of those things. I think that when everybody can reflect and look back, some people it comes in different ways, whether it be I grew up in the struggle to get out of it and then never returned, or you got
cases.
And then you got the healthy median, and things weren't bad. They never really were bad. Then it did get kind of bad. Then it got that good. Then you can have it to where everything had always been good. I lost it all. I had to find a way to get it back. But I think that in those stories, because that for me is how I kind of feel about it. I felt like there's a lot of different things that I've had that I took for granted and that I did not appreciate as much as maybe I should have, because I used to just think it was normal, but it's not normal. And so,
bro, we used to do weekend trips on a regular, and some niggas don't go on vacation. You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't realize how abnormal it was. But even when I was in San Diego, and we just link up in Vegas, just being able to like not plan it out, not change your budget, just say, hey,
we're just gonna be spending our money here today.
I'm going to Vegas this weekend, and the gas, like for me in San Diego, because we're driving, like the gas and whatever the hotel is, that is such a cost that I don't think about. That, oh yeah, I'm just gonna party here because guess what? I'm not gonna Uber this whole weekend, so I saved this much money in Uber. Blah 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 blah. Like your life becomes so expensive in your city that going to another city you might save money.
Yeah.
And like the average person doesn't live that way. Them niggas be, damn, bro, I ain't never seen another city. I want I mean another real city, like totally different from theirs. And I want to go do that, but I gotta save up to do that once a year. And niggas are like, yeah, let's go do this because I'll spend less money here.
Yeah.
Like I laugh at it and being a prick, but bro, I said niggas have been blessed. We're black men doing that, like who did that shit in our 20s.
Yeah. Which is when you want to be doing it.
And like we even look at our peers who are doing better than us and feel like we ain't doing enough, but we don't look enough at our people as a whole and realize, dang, bro, my L's is a nigga's goddamn MVP season. I need to appreciate the life that I live because, nigga, my life is good. Even when my life is bad, and like not to disclose our personal shit that we've gone through in the last year and change, but our lives being bad, we wasn't worried about somewhere to sleep or something to eat. We was like, damn,
I can't go out tonight.
I can't go out tonight, or I caught some rhythm with this chick, and
I can't even really do nothing because of the fucked up situation I'm in, and it's like I can't even do nothing really with it. Like,
and you know what makes it hurt even more, dog, is that, bro, if we would have been broke in our 20s, we would have known how to entertain her and make her happy on some broke shit. And she would have been good, but because we've never lived that way, we don't even know how to do that. Like, I don't know how to.
I might have went, man. Let me tell you, if the roles were reversed and it was how it's been more recently is how it was then in the 20s, bro, I probably would have fucking went insane. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you wouldn't have. You would have learned how to make it work.
It would have been more acceptable though at that time too, and so.
But honestly, dog, with me being transparent with people around me or the people that I come in contact with,
yeah,
if you're solid, it's still acceptable.
Well,
Like
you
I'm
can't
saying,
you
like,
can't replace real niggas.
yeah, because like we're
It
insecure
doesn't
about
matter how
it.
much money you got. You can be lame. Think about it. This is some niggas that got something and they lame as
Academic.
fuck and nobody wants to hang out with them because they're
DJ,
lame. It doesn't fucking matter what they like.
bro, DJ Academic. DJ Academics was a lame growing up. He's popping, but he's a lame nigga. Like if you listen to the things that he says, you go, "Oh, nigga, you lame as fuck. I don't give a fuck how much money you got, how big your chain is, how fine your bitch is. Oh, nigga, you would fuck Selena Powell." And you know that Offset video came out over the weekend of him and Selena Powell in the bed.
Yeah.
So I did and went and looked at her Instagram. I'm like, yo, what's up with her? Because
that chick's been around for so long now.
she's been around for a long
Then it
time.
started with like Soulja Boy, like during World Star Hip Hop days.
But she's also exposing niggas. But niggas still fuck with her. So like, there's got to be something there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went and like looked at her pictures. Like I looked at her face, and I'm like, yo, you're not pretty. You've had surgery, but you're not pretty. And then I looked at her body, and I'm like, yo, your BBL is trash. Like, you don't have hips. So like, if you like, bro, if you go to her Instagram right now, just look at her, you'll be like, oh, this don't look good. I could care less if you have a fat ass. Like, ew. So I'm trying to figure out why, like, what the hell's going on, why she's significant and matters. And it's just like, well, if you got sauce, you got sauce. And what I assume is she's good in the sack.
Yeah, because these guys, that wasn't Offset's first time hitting. So
no.
And he's still having to look up,
bro. He's sleep
at his baby mother, fucking.
No, his wife. They haven't got
divorced. Yeah, right. You're right. They're not even divorced, but like his estranged wife out here having a baby with another nigga that's out here treating her just as bad, if not worse than he was, and like, but ain't nothing wrong with that now. But for me, the issue was I was a dog. I needed to be neutered type shit.
Pete, you know my personal life, right?
Yeah.
If Sam pulled a Cardi B, the exact Cardi B, how much of a nutcase do you think I would be on the phone when we talk?
You probably be in prison.
Because like, you know how when shit was good, shit was good. When shit was bad, shit was bad. But it's like, hold on, you left me. And again, we got a kid. Offset and Cardi got kids. I know with their money, it's a little bit different, but not. I ain't gonna hold you. Niggas who have decent backgrounds want to be parents to their kid with the other parent. Like nobody wants to co-parent.
If you can help it, yeah, no.
Yeah, like nobody really wants to co-parent. You get to a point to where you have to, but niggas don't really want to co-parent. Bro, if I saw Cindy with some not shit ass nigga that's out here dogging her and getting other women pregnant and shit, and it's just like, yo, you left me for that?
Yeah.
Like, damn, if you want to just deal with toxic, at least stay with the nigga who put the kid in you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that nigga put a kid in you while you putting kids in everybody. Like, you making me
what
look
are we
crazy.
doing?
You also making me look crazy, and goddamn it, if we was just gonna be toxic, shit, we could have been toxic together instead of you being toxic with somebody else. And I can't see my kid the way I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
again, this might get clipped up because AI does it. This is not me shitting on Cindy by no means. Like it ain't got. I'm using my real life to talk about a general situation because, like, come on, bro. Bro, you're not laying in the bed with her for her to catch you sleep unless that shit crazy.
Yeah, he got screwed up. We have been all over the place, by the way. Which, I mean, normally we've been pretty good with these shows. We got 40 minutes if we stand by our 2-hour timestamp, but it's 1:20 on the clock. But the thing
Okay,
is,
hey, keep going. I've got a tinkle. And take the show wherever you want to take it.
I
And
was gonna head into we might as well stick to Atlanta. Well, no, we got to finish out the NFL.
yeah, we need to talk about
the playoffs.
Yeah, hit up playoffs and end of season shit, and then I'm gonna pee and I'll come back and I'll catch up with you. Sorry, I'm not with what's the guy's name from Red Zone? Scott Hansen.
Yeah,
I'm not Scott Hansen. I'm AC Lee.
Yeah, and this is not the AC Lee and Parlay Pete podcast, but it's the Washington Winning podcast. Nonetheless, yeah, we got the NFL playoffs coming up. I think I'm very excited about that. Obviously, this is normally a great time of year when it comes to playoff football. And we got some pretty exciting matches. This year has been the most unpredictable year of NFL like that I can ever remember. I really can't recall a year in the NFL where we've had so many teams that were favored, like the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, granted, injury and all there with Pat, but that was at the end of the year. They were already well out of it. It's been a lot of different discourse. I mean, the Ravens obviously aren't in the playoffs, and that's a team that everybody thought was going to go to the Super Bowl, but they lose to Pittsburgh in a crazy game to end the season. And then you got all these young quarterbacks that are coming in. So you take a look at it. The number one seed is Bo Nix. I tell you what, if you look at it from this perspective, Bo Nix, Sam Darnold, whose bingo card is that on? These are going to be the top two seeds going into the playoffs. It's Sam Darnold and Bo Nix. So if everything held served and these teams won, you'd get a Seattle-Denver Super Bowl, which kind of crazy that's what happened. What was that? That wasn't 10 years ago. That was like 2013, I think. That was the 2013 Super Bowl. But the idea that we would get the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl, Denver being a 7 seed from last year, and then Seattle didn't even make the playoffs last year. It speaks volumes to what kind of season that you're having. The Eagles are a 3 seed. They are the defending champs. They're back in it. But I think this is the least confident anyone's been in a defending champ that actually made the playoffs again. Nobody's ever been that down on a team that had won, that had what we perceived to be almost dominant this entire time. And then in the NFC, the Rams are supposed to be the favorite to win the Super Bowl. If you look at the Rams, what are the Rams doing? They're kind of tailing off here. Yeah, they won that last game. They lost to the Falcons. They had lost to Carolina. It's like a lot of different stuff towards the end of the year for them. They lost to Seattle in that game that pretty much kind of decided the number one seed. But they've got the MVP favored, I guess, in Matt Stafford. So you have to look at it from that perspective. And it went to the door, so we had to pan it, get you out of the picture.
Oh no, you're good. I'm adjusting the camera before I bring myself back in.
But I was basically just running down how this has pretty much been the most unpredictable year of football. Like, honestly, can you recall another year that has been as nobody knows?
We've never had this much parity in sports. Period. Like
parity, even for the teams that aren't in the play. Like, think about it, it's a 3-way tie for the NFC South. 3 teams finished 8-9, and the tiebreaker goes because Carolina swept us.
And we were the best team in the division, but we did not deserve to make the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Right, which is why we're not in. But at the same time, I said if you look at it this way, you got the Seahawks and the Broncos as your 1 seeds. That's Bo Nix and Sam Darnold. Who has that on their fucking bingo card that those are going to be the top 2 teams in the NFL this year?
Well, who actually trusts them in the playoffs? Nobody.
Exactly. The Broncos, but think about it this way: the Broncos, they have a Super Bowl winning coach. They do have a good defense. This is stuff that we already.
Fuck that. They have Bo Nix.
But this is what I'm saying: Bo Nix, Sam Darnold. You're talking about a team that was a 7 seed last year, and then the Seahawks are a team that didn't even make the playoffs last year. And these are your top 2 teams, so that if everything held serve and they win at home, that's your Super Bowl. Like, you get a rematch of the Super Bowl from 2013, and it's like, what? You know what I mean? And we know that that's not going to happen.
If that fuck made that field goal, I was still going Baltimore, Green Bay.
Well, yeah, because you have to stick with it. But
also, it's the playoffs. It's one game, and I don't really care about anybody's record because even the good records teams didn't dominate.
Give me 3 teams from the AFC and 3 teams from the NFC that you would say would be the 3 teams you think will make it to the Super Bowl out of the whole field, because we got 14, 3-3. I can even.
AFC is Jags.
So we're on the same page. Okay.
Patriots and the Bills.
All right, so look, we're 3 for 3. That's literally the exact 3 that I have out of the AFC.
I'm picking coach, quarterback, and or both. And
yeah. I just did it by consistency and what I like completeness of team more than anything.
Here's my thing on Jacksonville, right?
They're complete.
Yeah, they're complete, but also look at Trevor Lawrence last year and look at Trevor Lawrence this year. Look at Baker Mayfield this year and look at Baker Mayfield last year. Did Baker get hurt? Yes. I know Baker was hurt. He was my fantasy quarterback, and when he got diagnosed with the injury and kept playing, his production tailed off, and so did the rest of his skill players, and so did my championship opportunity.
But yeah, which we didn't even get into that, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to talk about.
Nah, it's true. I heard you talk about it on the Vets, anyways.
Yeah, I got my door smoked off. Hey, thanks for. I really appreciate you for tuning in.
Yeah, come on.
It means the world to me. But no. Oh shit. Speaking of which, we're doing a live Vets podcast. I need to get you the date. I would love for you to pull up.
Is it going to be on a weekend or like?
Yeah, it's going to be on a Saturday. We're doing we do a Black History Festival down here.
Is it before or after MLK Day?
It's in February. It's Black History.
Oh, Black History.
Yeah. So it's a Black History Month. Excuse me. So there's a parade and then a festival after. We're going to be recording during the festival, and I probably shouldn't say this on stream, but fuck it. We're planning to throw a party after. So it's kind of like an all-day affair, but
say no more. I'll be there as long as I got a place to sleep. Yeah,
nigga,
I know, but but
yeah. So those are my 3 teams, and then in the NFC, it gets weirder. But I'm gonna go Rams.
Harder. It's much harder to distinguish the teams in the NFC.
I ain't gonna hold you when it comes to the NFC. I'm kind of just going NFC West. I obviously all 3 of them won't get there, but they're the best teams in the playoffs. Like the Eagles could end up being really good, but they haven't showed it this year. But we know they have the players and they've done it before, so you give them some credit. But hey, you know what? Kyle Shanahan, that motherfucker know how to get to a Super Bowl. He just don't know how to win them. Devontae Adams back, Sean McVay, that running game, that defense, that quarterback, that play caller, those weapons. Devontae Adams led the league in touchdowns and was the second best receiver on his team. Just throwing that out there, okay? You know,
and they get the easiest matchup of the playoffs period across the board.
Well, they got Carolina, right? They got a bye.
Yeah, if there's one team out of these 14 teams that anyone would want to play, it doesn't matter if it's in Carolina or not in Carolina. You would want to play them. So
that shit could have been in South Carolina. It wouldn't matter.
Hey, look.
It wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
But anyways, but no. So and then with the Seahawks, hey, Mike McDonald can coach.
I can't believe in Sam Darnold, and that's why they're not.
I'm going to the positives, and that's why they're in my top 3. Mike McDonald can coach. The Ravens have been worse since he left. Right?
Yeah.
JSN might be the best receiver in the league. He won't ever be called that because he's a slot guy, kind of like Amon-Ra St. Brown. But the nigga can catch the ball. He can get a lot of yards. He can score points. So nigga might be the best receiver in the league. And that combination of Charbonnet and what's my man's name? The other running back.
Kenneth Walker.
And Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker. That's Iowa State or Michigan State?
Michigan State, yeah. He's really good. Ken was great at Michigan State. He's the reason why fucking Mel Tucker got that contract that he ended up blowing.
He's really the reason why Mel Tucker blew that contract, because if he would have never gotten that contract, the stuff that happened would have never came out. But they gave him that money based off of Kenneth Walker being great. Kind of like the reason why all of the shit that happened at Michigan, it only came out because they're like, yo, this nigga just won 9 games and got a good recruiting class. He ain't the guy. We got to get rid of him.
You know who's behind it? It's Dave Portnoy. Dave Portnoy put up all that money for Bryce Underwood. And
Dave Portnoy can suck a dick, and I wish
he's a fucking degenerate.
Yeah, I just wish Dave Portnoy did not matter in the spaces that matter, right? Because, and I say that because, you know, we could build up this podcast and it could be incredibly profitable, and Arthur Blank never hears it. So it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But we got enough people to listen to it. People actually listen to what Dave Portnoy says, but Dave Portnoy is a fucking idiot.
He's a degenerate.
Yeah, I've never listened to Dave Portnoy talk and go, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I stopped listening to
it's not good content.
Well, like, I don't listen to $1 million worth of game because they're signed over there. Because how can you as a nigga take your independent shit that you created and take it over there for a bag? You're not respected by the nigga who pays you. It's one thing to go just do a regular job for a nigga who don't respect you. That's different. Ain't nobody respected. Labor that's not respected. But to take something independent that you don't need Dave Portnoy for, to go over there, like, I just don't respect that, because Dave Portnoy doesn't give a fuck about you unless you make him money. And I only say that not because, like, bro, Dave Portnoy just says wild shit. Like the way, like, we shit on Angel Reese. But we don't shit on Angel Reese because she's a black woman and she wants to show off her body and be a basketball player. We don't care about that. Like, we actually enjoy it when she wants to show off them clappers. But the problem is she then does the whole, I'm a victim, don't look at me this way. That's why we shit on Angel Reese and we say, hey, her offensive game ain't up to what her popularity is. But we would but we would never shit on Angel Reese for subjective stuff that will ultimately, like, possibly hurt her as a human being, because we support who she is, what she stands, not everything she stands for. We support her, and we want to see black queens be great.
Exactly.
And while I'm ranting and talking about shit that we shouldn't be talking about and not caring about the time because fuck it, I don't care. Hey, black women. AC Lee, personally, and I'm gonna throw Parlay Pete into this. I'm gonna make him get dirty with me. We say things about you all culturally that you all don't like, but it's not because we don't like y'all, or it's not because we don't love y'all. It is because we aren't y'all, and we view some of the things that y'all discuss in a different, like, we view it from a full scale view. Like, we're zoomed out.
Yeah.
And sometimes our criticism isn't about how it lands with us, it's about how it lands with other people. And we speak these things to let you know how you land with other people, and you may not be hitting what you're doing. Not saying that black women don't know how to deliver a message, because they do. But sometimes it's like, hey, here's what men think about what you're saying. I'm going to tell you exactly what men think. I'm going to tell you honestly. I don't hate black women because I tell you honestly what men think. I don't hate you because I tell you what I honestly think, because if I hated you, I wouldn't tell you. I would just let you look stupid to men when you're trying to appeal to men. And I don't think black women just wake up every day to appeal to men. Like, bro, look at all these disclosure statements I'm giving when I'm just trying to say, hey, dog, sometimes when we criticize y'all bitches, it ain't because we hate y'all, it's because we fuck with y'all. Well, actually, we criticize y'all as much as we do because we really
It's because we care.
Like, it comes from a place of care. Like, we shit on the WNBA not because we hate the WNBA, because motherfuckers, we watch it. We watch it.
Continue talking real quick.
Yeah, man. So I don't know how we got here. We hadn't even talked about college football. We didn't talk about playoff predictions. I'll be honest with you guys. We hadn't done a pod in 2 weeks. And even though we've talked on the phone, we've hung out with each other. There's something about talking on the pod. And when we don't talk on the pod, we just want to keep talking. And mind you, we turned this into a 2-hour show, not because we actually wanted to only talk for 2 hours. It's like, hey, people aren't going to listen to us talk to 3 and 4 hours every week.
Yeah.
But guys, let me tell you. Not listeners. Radio stations. If you need 2 fucks to occupy 5 hours of airtime, we got 3 hours, no script.
Hashtag open to work, you know.
I mean, think about today. We got shit in the group, we got shit in the notes, but we didn't even look at that shit to build the show because we knew what we were talking about. And speaking of which, hey dog, let's talk about Trey. I know we hadn't talked about all the football shit and all of that. Let's talk about Trey.
We can get to that towards the end when we do the predictions anyways, but
what else do you want to get to?
Well, Trey for sure. I think and I wanted to get Josiah on. Obviously he's a huge Hawks fan. He had a lot of different thoughts about it. I can actually just go through a couple of our different quotes here. Today was like his mom's birthday, so like I was like, well, maybe we can get you on like after the trades happen, and then we'll talk about it then. But like, Trey obviously. Now it's official. I guess it's technically a requested trade. No, or certainly, or it's just a mutual. Yeah. The team and the player are working together to get him out of that because he wants to be out and we want him out. So now they're working together on a trade. What would you say if you could describe in a couple of sentences? What would you say the Trae Young era of the Hawks will be remembered for, or as? Not for. We know what we're going to remember the most, but what is it going to be remembered as?
Scapegoat.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, do you believe that he's the scapegoat?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I told you this. I kind of stopped listening to a lot of the media pundits that I listen to.
Okay.
Because as we rebooted this show, I realized I had certain takes from years ago that were landing. And I walked off of those takes based off of stuff that I listened to. And as much as I like some of the people I listen to, I also understand these people have relationships and stuff. And they push certain narratives. They have sponsors. And it kind of fucked me up. But Trey is seen as a guy, you got to get him the fuck out of town. We can't win with this guy. Luka is seen as a possible MVP. Mind you, he is 34-9-9. Trey doesn't rebound like Luka. Trey can score as well as Luka. For the most part, give or take a point or two. But Luka is seen as still going to be first team All NBA no matter what his team's record is. It doesn't matter because he's good.
Right.
Trey is being seen as, can you re-sign this guy for a max contract? Because I don't know if you can win with him. When Trey was on a team that complimented him, He won. And when we went to the Eastern Conference Finals, people don't remember 2 years later, we have a whole new regime running the franchise. We have a whole new coach. So don't blame Trey because the Hawks didn't continue winning. Blame the Hawks for changing up what the fuck they were doing instead of building around Trey. So, do I want Trey to leave the Hawks? No. I went to those playoff games. Nigga, I was there. Like you niggas don't understand that Philly game that we both went to that we lost. We saw how Trey controlled the fucking arena. This nigga controlled the entire game the entire time. Joel Embiid is on the court. Ben Simmons is on the court. Dwight Howard's on the court. Nigga, Trey Young controlled that arena. Like, when Philly started doing too much, Trey was like, let me do something. Even when Trey would miss a three, Trey would take certain shots when it might be a 1-point game, and Trey would take a 2 steps in front of half court three. And if he made it, he saw what it did to the arena.
Yeah.
Now, he missed some, but that nigga understood how to control the game and how to control the arena. And what I've noticed from the basketball talking heads, they've been negative on Trey since he came into the league because of his defense, but they've continued to be negative on Trey with the team's lack of success without talking about what's going on with the organization. I'm a Hawks fan, so I follow the team. I don't just follow the NBA and the top shit that I have to care about for a podcast.
Yeah.
So did it make sense to move off of Trey based on what's happening now from a basketball point of view? Yeah. Like, you don't want to give that nigga another max and tie up that much salary and somebody who can't defend based on the roster that you have and based upon who Jalen Johnson has become. No, you don't. But that also speaks to bad coaching. What happened to, hey, nigga, if Scotty damn near won MVP when Mike was gone, and them niggas was what, a top three seed in the East, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals without the quote-unquote GOAT. And I'm only saying quote-unquote because that's an arguable conversation.
They didn't go to the East Finals, but yes, they're second round. Yeah.
It wasn't a second round?
Yeah.
But they went to 7 with the Knicks, right?
Yes.
Eastern Conference Final. They were good enough.
And then when Jordan came back the next year,
yeah,
I don't know, they didn't get swept by Orlando, but they did lose to Orlando.
Yeah, but the point being is the media places too much value on what players bring versus what the rest of the team brings. And because Trey is not a media darling, he has been put into a position where he says Washington is his primary destination. And I get it because he wants to make sure he remains a max player. If he goes to Houston, if he goes to Dallas, he may not be a max player. He may be a 30 million guy. But Trey Young is 25-10 for his career, bro. That nigga is a max player. Trey Young took some niggas that you take to the park, you know what I mean, to the Eastern Conference Finals into a game 6. And yeah, Giannis was hurting that series and Trey was hurting that series. If Trey's not hurting that series, we won game 1. He went crazy. He showed up in the playoffs. Like, he's carried them. Like nigga was throwing dice against New York, and that wasn't the first time he beat him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trey Young has proved himself, but he's not getting credit because of how he's being talked about and his deficiencies. But it's not like, nigga. We talking about goddamn AR getting a motherfucking a max next year. Is AR better than Trey Young? No, he's not. AR ain't never been a lead dog. And we gonna get that nigga a max contract. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Simons has like the rookie max. And niggas saying, hey, we can't give Trey another max. Anthony Simons can't lick the dirt off Clay's goddamn shoes. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
Hey, nigga, Trey had a signature shoe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Hawks, how about this? Instead of trying to do the easy build, the number cruncher build and say, hey, the analytics say this and say that. How about you go? Okay, we got Jalen Johnson and Trey. That's our 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Let's put 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in G League around what makes these two good. Don't pick one. Pick them both and then maximize from there. But that doesn't happen in the NBA. It's the same reason why a nigga like Russell Westbrook signed at the last minute and is playing in bum-ass Sacramento, but that nigga is still out here killing.
Yeah.
Like a nigga would rather give Christian Braun $30 million a year than give a nigga like Trae Young $30 million a year. Christian Braun ain't better than motherfucking Trae Young.
No,
Michael Porter Jr. is not better than Trae Young, but Michael Porter Jr. got a ring as a third option. Trae got to the Eastern Conference Finals as a first option. It's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Trae. I don't think Trae can win a championship as a necessarily first option. I think the Hawks should, make Jalen Johnson the first option because he's 6'10", and Trae the second option. But you have to give it years because, hey, dog, Trae Young led the NCAA in points and assists his 1 year in college. That nigga has the most points, the highest combination of points and assists, and this is me spitballing, but I trust me. He's very high in points and assists throughout his entire career.
Yeah.
Again, he's 25 and 9 for his career. But that's kind of his rookie year and then last year because he shot less. But that nigga Trae is really 30 and 11. If you let him not try to win and just play ball, he's 30 and 11.
Yeah. I think that
why the fuck does this nigga have to want to go to Washington to make sure that he keeps his status in the NBA? That's bullshit. The NBA is wrong. They're doing basketball wrong. Nigga, Pajinski started over Klay Thompson. Yeah. I'm pushing a narrative here. I'm calling out certain players.
I knew you were going to get into a guy like a Pajinski.
And I love Austin Reeves. Like, I think Austin Reeves should get a max because, nigga, you put Austin Reeves on a bad team, that motherfucker might average 33.
Yeah.
Because that motherfucker can get a bucket.
Yeah, he's a walk.
But when you got people like Ryan Russillo, Bill Simmons, Colin Cowherd, and people got to understand, a lot of fans don't realize that the owners listen to the radio shows and the podcasts like you do. And they believe these niggas.
Yeah.
So when these niggas are pushing certain narratives, it affects what happens in the league. And Trae is falling victim to that. You know what I'm saying? Like Jeff Teague had one of the 5 takes on Trae. He was like, I want Trae to go to Sacramento. And that's kind of been his stick on the show, like sending niggas to Sacramento. But then he got serious for a second. He was like, no. Sacramento don't get good players. And I want Trae to continue to be a max player and somebody to actually build around Trae. Because you can't win with Trae if you don't build around Trae.
Well, they actually, it's crazy because this came up, and I'm glad you brought up Sacramento. So there was a report that came out today that Zach LaVine, because I'm assuming that he's represented by Clutch. Probably.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't say who it was, but regardless, let's say I don't know why. I feel like he's represented by Clutch, and I'm
gonna look it up while you're talking.
And it had said that basically his representation was trying to get him to Atlanta, and that Sacramento was the ones that were against it. Now, obviously, in a deal
Rich
like that,
Paul is his agent.
Yeah, so there you go.
Pierce, if you were drafted by Minnesota, you're a young nigga, but you went to UCLA. So you already know LA.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go to Minneapolis. I mean, you're making enough money to make it work for you. Then you go to Chicago. And you're on a max deal in Chicago. You're probably having a good time.
Oh, for sure.
Now, there are things I could tell you, but I won't tell you on the show. But you probably can have a good time.
Absolutely.
Then
you can have a good time with money anywhere, low key. But certainly,
yeah,
yes, if you get put in a certain city, yeah.
But you leave Chicago and you go to Sacramento. Yes, you're in California. Yes, there's some women in Sacramento because guess what? If there's a pro sports team, that means there's business there, which means there's rich men, which means there's attractive women. Okay,
Yeah,
that's how shit works. And obviously, he can afford to have the LA based chicks see him whenever he wants, right? But like, he just can't walk outside and see him. He just can't go to the strip club and see her.
right.
Oh, Trae Young want to leave. Our salaries are close. Jalen Johnson run the show, and I'm just an off-ball nigga who y'all want to score. I got to replace his 25 points a game. My job is to come here and get buckets. I get it. And Zach LaVine, he got a above the rim game. Pause. You know, he will play well in Atlanta. I kind of like the Clippers trade, though. I really wish we just go get James.
I don't think that. See, and I think I told you this yesterday. Like, I don't think that it works. Just because, like,
I don't care about
what are the Clippers doing when they make that deal? Like, what
are they're saying that Kawhi, you need to figure out where the fuck you want to go soon. You got 2 years left. But again, Trae and Kawhi work. Trae, Kawhi, John Collins, Chris Dunn as the 2, a defensive guard who don't score.
But why didn't it work with James?
Well, it's starting to work now that Kawhi's playing on the regular.
Yeah, and that's always been their stick as a team anyways. And then, all that extra paying or something apparently that's going on. But
what about LaMelo for Trae Young? I don't want LaMelo.
They wouldn't do it though. They wouldn't do it either. Because why would you trade him for him? If you're Charlotte.
It wouldn't, because you're going to build around Continental, because that motherfucker is hooping.
Yeah. He can ball. But, like, I'm just saying in terms of they do this.
Kyle might be better than Cooper, by the way.
I don't think that's a hot take.
No, I'm not. Like, I know Cooper's probably had the better one game, but like, Khan is playing with Melo Ball, who has the ball, whereas Cooper, he running point.
And Brandon Miller, who also is a top 3 pick, and I mean, I know to a lesser extent Colin, but
nigga, and Miles Bridges too.
Yeah, Miles Bridges, who's a top
Hey, yeah. Speaking of which, you talk to Colin about Charlotte.
Let's do it. Yeah,
I'll bring the camera. We can just hop in a truck and go.
Yeah, because it's definitely not that's a small hike. Me and my dad, actually, when we drove to Savannah, we were talking about that. I was like, is Atlanta closer to Charlotte than Savannah? I think it is.
It's about the same trip. It's a 3-hour trip. 3 and some change.
It's like 4.
To Savannah? Yeah.
It's like 3, like 50.
Charlotte from Cartersville is like 3 hours.
Because even you would know the Albany to Atlanta drive is like, it's like 3:30.
No traffic.
Oh, well, you be blazing then. But
yeah, nigga, I got my first.
But once you get to that one road, like, that is where them folks are sitting. They be sitting.
Oh yeah, nah. Once you get out of Columbus,
stretch
between
Columbus, that stretch, that one like
Columbus to Noonan, they could drive the speed limit.
Yeah, they're there.
Don't be in a rush to try to catch your flight.
Yeah, they're there.
But no, we should probably do that Charlotte thing. Like, I know we've talked about it, but we should actually try to like put a date on that and actually try to execute it.
Well, it's funny. I actually, it was for something completely different. I had text Coach D today, so I actually did text him. But yeah,
is Jordan up there in Charlotte?
No, I think he's here, but like,
well, I just want him to come the weekend we go. I want to make sure he's there.
Okay.
That's
for sure. Yeah.
Because that's how I created the relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I talked to him.
Yeah.
Niggas in my county.
Yeah, J6.
Have you ever had sex with a J?
Of course.
You've not had sex with a junkie, nigga. Stop it.
Oh, you said a J. I'm thinking you're talking about how
A
their
girl?
names.
No, I know you've had sex with.
Actually,
Anyway.
because I meant to tell you when you called me, it's funny. I was literally on the phone with my ex-girlfriend yesterday, and we were FaceTime. I FaceTimed her for about 6 hours, and so
We can talk about like FaceTime calls and long phone calls, like not on the show.
no. Well, I just bring it up because I remember you called me yesterday, but like literally, when I tell you, long story short, that's why I did not even call you. Like I was on the phone with her for like 6 hours.
Bro, I did a 3-hour convo yesterday. After you didn't answer my phone call because you obviously weren't available for your friend and co-host who wanted pre-production. Where are we at on time? Because we're gonna go over today. I don't give a
Yeah, well, we only got 3 minutes till 2 hours, so.
All right, so 9:30. I've got like 15 minutes for real because I gotta make sure I can call Lo before she goes to sleep.
For sure. Okay.
Let's.
I mean, we pretty much have hit Trey here.
College football. Hold on, real quick. Trey to Washington though, I mean, I get why Trey wants to go there, but what the fuck are they gonna send us back that we want? I don't want CJ McCollum.
Well, he's gonna be. Well, one way or another, he's a part of the deal. My thought is that you make it to where you do make the AD trade and Ricochet gets shipped to Dallas, to where you do make it a 3-way deal. Maybe you can pick up a piece out of Dallas too, out of the deal. Like, and Dallas would send stuff to Washington, but like, I don't know. I would like to send Trey whoever's going to give you the most for him. Like, I don't give a fuck about appeasing him in any way. But
as a Hawks fan, I don't care about appeasing him anymore. Now that, hey, you're going to get traded.
Yeah.
I want the best return. And I'm going to quote Jeff Teague again. He was like, shit, send that nigga, hey, if he's something to Houston, I want Thompson twin.
Yeah, but that won't happen. We would have a better chance. In an odd way, we would have a better chance of getting Reed Shepherd than anything. But like,
I want both of them.
Neither of them. You're not getting that. Trey's value isn't that. So it's like
Trey, but that's the and that goes back to my rant earlier, right? There's nothing that Reed Shepherd and Amin Thompson has done to say that you can't package them and some salary for Trey Young and like another rotation player. You know what I mean? I understand their potential.
Well, that would be your best bet. Now, if you're Houston, I think if you're Houston, you do it. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't do it if you're Houston. Like, if you for real about winning a championship this fucking year, I'd do it. Because now Oklahoma's starting to look flawed. They're like 6-5 over their last 11. Like, they look like a normal basketball team. Finally.
Bro, they've been looking flawed when they don't get them whistles.
I'm just saying that was a team that people were talking about having the wins record, and now they 6-5 over their last 11. Like, so they're not breaking that record, obviously, but at the same time, and even just now, I looked up, they were only up 3. They lost to the Suns the other day. If I'm the Rockets, I get Trey Young in. I think that's the best basketball fit for championship for to where everybody wins. It's that trade, but they have to be willing to give up an asset, and the asset has to be Reed Shepherd. It won't be Amen Thompson. They're not getting rid of him. It's gonna have to be Reed Shepherd, like Torrey Eason or whatever. Like, yeah, like he's not enough, and I don't think even 2 picks that are gonna be in the bottom 20s. If you give us 2 first round, I don't think that's enough either. So
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If I'm on the phone with Houston and we're talking about me trading a max player, if Amin Thompson is not part of this, or Kevin Durant, which I know you ain't trading Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he's not going.
Or Sengun, which I know you're not trading.
Not trading him.
Get the fuck off my phone.
Would you be? Because
I want Reed Shepherd.
Well, I was gonna say, do you think that they would trade Jabari? Maybe. What would you think of that?
Jabari Reed. We can talk. Yeah. Because for one, Jabari is a Georgia nigga. He a 6'10 shooter.
The Nets are who I would be wanting to talk to. I would say, look, we want Michael Porter.
Hey, Michael Porter is killing this year.
He's an all-star. If the all-star is today, he's in.
He probably
and
won't.
the Nets have been winning games kind of recently.
But here's the thing: he probably won't because they haven't won enough games, and because.
But now they're teetering between being out the top 5, and like that's where the issue comes in. That's why you got to hurry up and get rid of them.
But like Trae Young, his draft mate, Michael Porter Jr. has been discussed poorly by the media because, hey, this nigga is averaging 25 on damn near 50% from the field and 90% and 40% from the three and like 80, a good 80s from three. Like nigga is efficient. Like he's shooting at a high clip. And Michael Porter Jr. takes bad shots. But people treat Michael Porter Jr. like he was a role player that went to Denver and not that he showed up to Denver as the highest touted prospect there.
In that class.
No. On that team. On that team. When he showed up on that team.
Yes, he was the highest drafted.
He was the highest touted guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though Jamal Murray may have gotten drafted higher than him, he only went late because of injury, not because of talent.
Right.
Hey, that nigga healthy, and that 6'10 motherfucker is letting that bit ride. I'm not saying that him as your focal point is championship basketball, but what I am saying is that, again, media narratives matter and it shapes how people view players. And Michael Porter is being seen as a nigga who just gets meaningless points. Like, I was having a conversation with a friend about, oh, well, he's on a bad team, so somebody got to score. And I'm like, well, his shooting splits are good.
Right.
And the response was, well, I still don't like his game. And I'm like, yeah, nah, nigga, me neither, but that nigga's fire. Like, that 3 I sent you, that was a terrible shot that he took.
Right.
But it hit the bottom of the net. It didn't touch nothing. That nigga didn't see the defender. And to have the confidence to take that shot and then knowing what I know about what goes on in Denver, that nigga was turning down shots that he didn't feel comfortable with.
So, and just because we gotta, I know that you said with the time and stuff.
Yeah. We got to get to college football too, man.
That's what I was about to say. Let's just Trey, wherever he goes. Thanks for the memories.
Gonna miss you. I hope you can come back and retire as a Hawk. I wish you could stay here forever because you deserve a statue because of.
Really? You think that much of it?
I think that if Trey had a full career here, he would get a statue.
I don't know if he gets a jersey retired. I don't know. He might. Like,
he the first nigga.
To me, the impact is just as good as Joe Johnson's, though. And so it's like, I
don't know. Joe didn't get out the second round.
He didn't, but then what are we going to?
I know
Al
saying,
deserves it.
But also Trae Young and Joe Johnson are fucked over because Atlanta's not a favorable NBA market.
Correct. Which is why they never added to either of them.
Cobb County and Gwinnett County fuels what goes on around here, and they're white. They like baseball and football. Right. They like the Bulldogs and the Braves, if we're being honest. And that sucks for Atlanta because we don't have the same fans. The Hawks don't have the same fan support as some of the other teams if they're not great. And then because we're not a national market, we don't get the publicity. Jalen Brunson ain't doing shit that Trae Young ain't doing. That nigga play with Cat and OG and Mikal Bridges. What the fuck we talking about?
Real quick, just because we got some breaking news here. Free agent quarterback Russell Wilson, hoping to remain a starter in 2026, has hired renowned agent David Mulugeta.
Oh yeah, that's Michael's agent. I'll tell you something real quick. Russell Wilson, you're not a starter anymore.
that was the biggest thing I took away. Fuck who he hired. It's the idea of hoping to remain a starter in 2026. It's just like, Russ, that ship sailed, brother. I don't know what to tell you, but
Hey, bro,
you're better. He's better off if he gets a shot. It would be, I could see like the Chiefs.
Miami.
I could see the Chiefs doing it.
The Chiefs to start the season, I could see
Yeah,
him.
until Pat's back, like because it would work with, and I think Russ can still play good enough football like he did in Pittsburgh to where he will win games. Like I don't think that you just lose games with him now.
No,
But like
I think Russell. I think you can get to the playoffs with Russell, but at the same time, it's like I'm not committing to this nigga for 3 years. So I'm only going to commit to you year by year, and if I'm going to be year by year with you, I don't really want you because I'm not building towards something.
this also just came down, and I guess maybe
Yeah.
because I didn't see a clip of Dan Patrick's show, but according to Dan Orlovsky, who was on the Dan Patrick show, the Raiders would draft Arch Manning #1 overall if he declared for the draft this year. Not even close. He'd be the runaway #1 pick. The pick would already be made.
Oh, that's fucking stupid because Arch Manning didn't do anything.
He was hot at the end of the year.
Yeah, but he hadn't done enough to be a #1 pick.
I don't think he's played enough football. I think, and that's why he's coming back anyways.
Yeah, no. Well, again, Arch was probably gonna come back no matter what when the season started because he didn't start the other years behind Quinn. You know what I mean? Because Arch ain't going to the league for money. Arch is going to the league to be great.
Right.
So it's about putting myself in the best situation to be great. Hey, did you see Garrett Wilson respond to what Stephen A was saying on his first take?
Yeah.
I fuck with that. I fuck with Garrett Wilson for saying that because
he told the truth.
Because yes, yeah. Don't get me wrong. The Jets are a bad NFL franchise, but I'd rather be at a bad Fortune 50 company than at a really good Fortune 1000 company. And that's the difference between college and NFL. Yes, these college niggas get paid, and people try to compare salary to NIL, but you got to remember, some of these like these niggas got off the field endorsements too that don't get reported.
Right.
So, okay, this nigga making $4 million a year, and whatever quarterback is making 3.8. That quarterback that's getting 3.8, that nigga got a free F-150. Like Raptor.
Right.
And he does one commercial for these motherfuckers. That nigga don't pay for food. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different. But let's get to college football, man. I want to talk about Ole Miss and Georgia because I don't really want to talk about Georgia. We lost, and it sucked that we lost. I didn't think we were going to win a national championship anyways. So whenever we lost in the playoffs, I just wasn't hurt. But I think
Trae Young officially just traded to the Wizards. Just
Four?
came down on my. It doesn't say because I have the underdog app. It says traded to Wizards. Hold on. Keep talking Georgia real quick, but we will pick this up just because we were literally just talking about it.
All right, I'm gonna not be a control freak and let you find the details. But like, hey, I knew Georgia wasn't gonna win a national championship, so whenever they lost in the playoffs, I was cool with it. You know what I mean? And honestly, I'm okay with Ole Miss.
Oh man, what a bullshit deal!
Oh God, let's hear it.
So we traded 4-time NBA All-Star Trae Young to the Wizards for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert, nigga. That's all it says. That's what Shams is reporting. So that would mean we didn't get any draft capital.
No young players, no Bub Carrington, no nothing.
Well, you know, Slink is in Washington, so makes a lot of sense, right? He got kind of
Slink, a guy that got traded to the Eastern Conference Finals and built a team around him properly. You know what? I was mad at Trey for wanting to go to Washington, but I forgot.
But that was why. You know that they text each other. Come on.
But you know what?
They were on the phone. But
you know what? If Slink, I forgot Slink is there. That's the right move for Trey because Slink knows how to build a winner around Trey.
Let me read the rest of what Shams has. Though. It says the trade ends young Stent is the face of the Hawks and since 27 years to his preferred destination, the nation's capital. Top Wizards officials have searched to anchor their young talent in the next step of the team's development. The Hawks are poised to turn the page on a new era with the emergence of Jalen Johnson and others, bringing a much more fluid system of play around their wing and depth. McCollum serves as a valuable plug-and-play veteran while also holding a $30 million expiring deal. Moving Young also provides Atlanta with added financial flexibility to pursue a large salary over the next several months, with the Dallas Mavericks star Anthony Davis as a prime in-trade season target. So that's what I figured would happen.
So they're going to trade CJ and bullshit.
Ricochet. I think Ricochet's gone. That nigga ain't done nothing. And that would be what Dallas would want anyway. Something at least that they can like maybe think that they have something. And he's young, so he would fit the young. But then the real question will become, well, what do you do with Kyrie? Because Kyrie has to go.
Oh yeah. Eventually. Well, they already know he's going.
Yeah, but where would Kyrie go in all this?
Hey, do you want to hear what Joe Boykin thinks about this?
Is he texting you now? Literally?
No, Eric Boyd is, but I'm just saying I'll call Joe Boykin and he'll either answer or he won't. Fuck it, I'm calling Joe Boykin.
Go ahead.
Kamish probably isn't going to answer the phone because he knows that I'm calling him out of the blue without a text beforehand. And I rarely do that. That's out of respect for Zoe. Shout out to Zoe. Oh, come on, you bald fuck. Answer the phone, nigga. You're not doing anything. Like this nigga,
they get the notification.
The nigga looked at his phone and let it ring. I'm sorry. I want to get another. I just want to get an outside opinion, and I'm gonna hit.
Can you believe though? Seriously, that Corey Kispert and CJ McCollum are what you're getting for like.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Talk about just wanting to get off of niggas, like get them off the team. Like,
that's why I show them the NBA narratives and the media shit because
he still is worth way more than this.
Yeah.
Like I knew that his value was down, but like, man, what?
None of my basketball people are answering the phone. You know what? I'm gonna cold call Sean. And I never cold call Sean. Nigga, it's 9:30. His kid's probably going to sleep. Let's see if he answers. He might not like me for this. Hey, you know the worst thing about being like in your 30s?
You want to call Julian Turner?
No, I don't want to talk to him about basketball. He's going to start talking about the Steelers.
He's a Wizards season ticket holder.
You're right.
And he called me while we were doing this, and I told him that we were doing the show. He's actually in Atlanta right now. But,
bro, I'm about to curse that nigga out. I hope he answers the phone.
He's going to.
Hey, Julian Turner. Hey, you're live on the pod real quick. I heard you're in Atlanta. Can you start doing this? When you come to the city, can you let a nigga know?
I can do that.
Okay, like that kind of bothers me because one of my best friends is like around and like yo nigga, I be free sometimes. But anyways, that's not what we're here for. You're a Washington Wizards season ticket holder, and you guys just traded CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert for Trey Young. How do you feel?
Well, first off, always a pleasure to be on the show. Happy holidays to you and all your listeners.
Hey, we're happy to have you.
Well, thank you so much. You know, this is breaking news to me. And I was actually at the game last night. CJ McCollum and who they trade?
Corey Kispert. So he's the white guy. He went to Gonzaga.
The white guy with the who wears the headband and shoots.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Well, you know what? First off, as a season ticket holder, I'm fucking thrilled because them niggas suck. And you couldn't resell the tickets. Hell, you couldn't even give them away for free. So I'm excited to actually see potentially, good basketball. Now CJ McCollum, he was one of the more better producing players on the team. I think he was averaging like 20 points around there.
CJ was getting.
Probably 18 to 20, something like that. That's his lot in life. Yeah.
Yeah, CJ was doing his thing. The white boy, he's been injured as of late, but again, as a season ticket holder, I'm actually ecstatic that this is happening, and maybe I can actually start reselling some tickets every once in a while because these niggas suck.
Dude, here's the best part about it. That first game of him being there that you have, you will be able to sell that because there's going to be just the intrigue of people being like, man, yes, we've got an all-star player here. And you got to think about it. It's been Bradley Beal's been gone now for 4 years.
Hey, Jude, can we call you back?
Of course you can.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, bro, you're live on the show. We just cut off one of our best friends because you're married and we value your time a lot more. Trae Young was
I appreciate it.
Yeah, bro. Trae Young just got traded to the Wizards for Corey Kispert and CJ McCollum. And I think the Hawks got shafted, but I also say that because Trae Young has a bad narrative around him. He's 25-10. And I know Luka scores more points than him, but he plays less defense than him. And Austin Reeves is a guy who's about to get a max contract this offseason who plays the same kind of defense as Trae, but has not carried a team to the Eastern Conference Finals,
Well, he's also 6'6", so there's
but Trae Young did beat the Sixers in the second round to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Sean knows about that. So, Sean, how do you feel? Because you're one of the most respected sports voices in my phone. I want you.
There's a lot of different. So I found out about this maybe 30 seconds before.
Oh yeah, I'm hip.
Call, and I think the first thing that came to my mind is yes, the Hawks definitely got shit. They definitely got shafted value wise. This is like an all time low for Trae Young's value for just.
That's crazy, isn't it crazy?
Yeah, like it's an all time low. Like you didn't even get a pick or really anything. I mean, is Kispert even like?
You got it. No,
maybe. I mean,
you got an expiring contract from a player that if you keep is gonna be valuable for your team this season. But at the end of the day, you're not re-signing him. He's not coming back. You basically just got rid of Trae to not have him leave.
Sure, and I think it will be good for both teams because the Hawks clearly play better without him at this point, and he's we all know the bad things about Trae Young. That he's a defensive liability. That other players don't necessarily like playing with him. So I think that the Hawks will benefit, but I also think the Wizards are going to benefit because they specifically have a big man in Alex Sarr who's going to definitely benefit from a lot of these lob passes that Trae Young is very good at. So I think that like both teams can definitely benefit. It can be a win-win as long as the Wizards don't go around and give him $60 million per year.
Hey. No, Sean, that's where you're wrong. They gotta give him the max.
Oh, I think that's a terrible idea. I do think
that
the series obviously helps a lot of people. Like this could be like, it's like the old wake up call where it's like, all right, like you need to maybe put a little bit more effort into the defensive end and, share the ball a little more. But like, it could work out. I don't know. That's a lot of bread for somebody who.
Hey, let me give you a little bit of pushback, right? And
okay.
And Sean, you know me. You know I rarely talk as a fan. I'm talking as a fan right now. I still have my analyst hat on, but I'm talking as a fan.
Right.
All right. So I went to one of those Philly Atlanta playoff games in Atlanta, and I watched how Trae. It was game 6. We lost it. I watched how Trae controlled the arena. Both of us were at that game actually, but like Trae controlled that entire game. He just missed shots.
Right.
And as somebody who goes to live sporting events, good player, like the great players look different in person. Like a Jordan Poole 25 piece on TV ain't the same if you actually go there and see it. That 25 piece in person might be weak as fuck because he wasn't controlling the game. Trey can control a game. And he controlled the game more than Joel, more than Ben before he lost his soul, all of that stuff, right?
Well, that's where I would go with this about that series in particular. Because I went to Game 7, I think.
Yeah. You went. No. You went. Yeah, you did go to Game 7 in Philly. I forgot about that.
And what I saw was essentially the same thing. He definitely controlled the tempo. He had a bunch of assists, but he missed all his shots, and we didn't exploit him on defense because there something happened where our starting all-star, all-NBA point guard imploded mentally.
Talk about the 6'10" guy who
being aggressive.
The 6'10" guy who didn't dunk on a 5'11" guy.
5'11" is being generous. I feel like it just so that's kind of like, and now I'm not saying that your role players also played really well in that playoff run.
Shout out to Bogey.
Shout out to Red Velvet
and then Red Velvet, and then even John Collins was playing really well. But I guess my point is that yes, that team was good and Trae Young controlled the tempo, but it also had to do with our Ben Simmons essentially committing career suicide.
Not potentially. Not potentially. That motherfucker's dead. That nigga dead.
Yeah. So
he's a fisherman now.
That's part of it as well. But yeah, I think he could. I mean, he could absolutely be really, really good for the Wizards. Who, I mean, I watched them play the Sixers tonight, and they definitely need a point guard. So if he makes the necessary changes, I think it could be good for both teams.
Hey, last thing, Sean, before we let you go.
Sure.
How do you feel about the Eagles going into the playoffs? Just the whole season, it's been up and down, and we haven't talked in a while. And I actually feel bad asking you questions that I would rather ask you personally before we talk about on the show because you're my friend. But tell me how you feel about the Eagles, the season, the playoffs, all of that stuff.
Well, I went to the Bears game, which was the wrong game to go to.
Okay.
But despite that, I would say our defense is one of the best top 3 defenses in the NFL besides Texans and Seahawks. So I think our defense is championship level, probably better than last year's defense that basically won us the Super Bowl. And our offense, despite being talented, is being run by the equivalent of a middle school offensive coordinator. His concepts are ridiculous. They're bland. He doesn't use motion to identify coverages properly. There's no pulling of guards or tackles. And to make matters worse, our all-pro and somehow voted a Pro Bowler center this year, Cam Jurgens, has been terrible. And our all-pro left guard, Landon Dickerson, tries to play through injuries that he should just give a rest to. So worst offensive line than last year, worst offense than last year, better defense.
Do y'all beat San Francisco Sunday or Saturday?
I don't know because they have a very good offense and our defense will match up well with them, and they have a very bad defense. So their strength is our weakness, and vice versa. So I don't know. I just it's kind of weird. San Fran has been one of our more heated rivals because whenever they come here, fans tend to beef. So it should be fun. It should be fun regardless. I don't know.
I'll let you know. I'm rooting for y'all because I just wish bad things on San Fran and Kyle Shanahan for the rest of his coaching career.
Right.
And you understand this. But hey, Sean, is there anything else you want to get off? We appreciate you. And bro, I know you have a real life, and I cold called you, and you are giving us time. So I don't want to take too much of it, but anything else you want to get off, man? Because we appreciate it. So
VJ Edgecombe.
Niggas a problem.
The sky's the limit, man.
Hey, is PG gonna fuck y'all up? I know I said last question, but goddamn, because
he's still a very good defender, and he's kind of settled into a role as our fourth option. He's not forcing the issue. He's still a good defender. His contract may mess us up, but
hey, Joel Embiid can't jump 7 inches off the ground.
His knees are gone. Yeah, he can't. He dunked for the first time all season.
That shit was weak, Sean.
Two guys. It was.
You jump harder than a rebound.
He also choked a game against the Nuggets, like back half of the rotation. What, last night, 2 nights ago?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Started playing him as a power forward because he can't rebound. They're playing him with a center, which is outrageous.
15-point favors can't cover.
Hey, Sean. Hey, thanks so much, dog. Love you. And actually, we just need to talk, just talk as friends soon, because we haven't talked as friends in a while.
Yeah. I wanted to hit you up because I saw that John Elway, Shannon Sharp interview. I know you've seen and loved that because that.
Bro,
I
haven't watched it yet because, like, bro, it's an off mic conversation, but
okay, yeah, fair enough.
I'll check it out and let's talk on the phone in like the next 7 to 10 days.
All right, sounds good. All right, much love, y'all.
All right, dog.
All right,
love
Sean,
you.
we appreciate you. Thank you.
Peace.
Sean is always my favorite guest on this show. He truly is. I enjoy.
Dog, Sean is one of my like favorite people of life. Like when you talk about a nigga who was looking for friends in 2016, 2026, I can still call this nigga and give a hot take on the show. And what people don't know is he works in sports entertainment and he passively shops us without telling us. Like nobody knows that. Like, but I'm just saying that, like, nah, he's solid.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like he was a guy we'd go out, like, and people don't need to know this, but I'm just gonna say it. Bro, we would go out and he was dating his now wife, and she was in Philly and he was in San Diego. And that nigga had an iron belt on. He was like, yeah, nah, I'm with my lady. So like top to bottom, Sean is a solid nigga. So I fuck with him. And he's actually not black, but he's
well, he's your nigga. I mean, we haven't got to meet in person, but he's my nigga.
Damn, you haven't. Dog, yeah, we gotta figure some shit out, dog. You gotta meet Sean. Like, yeah, that's my nigga.
Yeah, no, I absolutely would love to.
You know, he was Luigi's roommate.
No, I did not know that.
No. So I met Sean through Luigi, and shout out to Luigi, that's my dog. But me and Sean became like friends and not bar friends.
Yeah.
In that time, because we would like no shit talk sports. Bro, this show doesn't exist without Sean. Niggas don't know that. And I know we over time today. I don't give a fuck, but this show doesn't exist without Sean. My first time I decided to like turn on the microphone and talk about sports was with Sean.
Really?
Yeah. Bro, we did a show and him and his Fox sports buddies used to edit it and do all of that shit, but we couldn't do a quick turn, and his schedule was so crazy, and
right. Well, let's do this because but that news broke and we had to talk about it just because we literally had just talked about it, but just very quickly, obviously with Georgia and Ole Miss. I think that again, the two things that I talked to you about in pre-production to me that come back on that game is Kirby Smart going for it on his own 30 on a 4th down. And then just not the right play call again. Like, I'm not even mad sometimes when they go for it. I think it's like, damn, what the fuck was the play call? Like, which is why, now look, Todd Monken is clearly out in Baltimore. I think we all know where we think this should go and what should happen. We'll see. But there's that.
Hey, but hold on, real quick on that. Todd Monken did his job in Week 18 against the Steelers. Like Lamar is the first quarterback to like throw for 2 50+ yard touchdowns in a game and lose.
Mm-hmm.
And them niggas was open. It wasn't that Lamar made a great throw.
No, it was just wide open.
Nah, them niggas was open.
Against a team that has a defensive identity.
Which means that Todd Monken knows how to call it. And we know that Mike Bobo, he don't know how to call it when we need it.
Mike Bobo's a slut.
He's not even a slut. Mike Bobo's a cheap whore. Like, you're doing something you don't want to do and you're not even enjoying it. You just do it. That's the best you can do.
But yeah, I think that just in general, and like I said, of course, there was the 3rd and goal play. For one, they fucked themselves up anyways. But prior to that, because they got them backed up at some point on one of those plays, I forgot what happened, but they got backed up. They should have scored anyways. But the idea on that 3rd down play that they did not try and at least have the clock run to make sure that Ole Miss, no matter what you were going into OT. I do blame Kirby a little bit for that. And I understand wanting to score. Again, that makes all the sense in the world, but you have to be real about it. If you gave them any time, it's just like anything else in the NFL. You don't give the other team time.
No.
And at that point, it would have made sense in a weird way to play for OT.
I agree.
So,
but like I told you in pre-production, one thing that's missed about Ole Miss is they're playing pissed off. Like their coach essentially told them, hey, I fuck with y'all, but I can't win a national championship with y'all. So all this shit I told y'all to buy into this season.
We lost one game to Georgia on the road, and we were actually up in that game, and they just made a hell of a 4th quarter comeback against us. Outside of that, we've been perfect this year.
And I don't think I can win a championship with y'all. So that gives Pete Golden, the new head coach, a lot of room to take a highly talented team and to properly motivate them. But outside of that, hey, the U is back, and Michael Irvin has the best cocaine dealer in the world. And that guy's getting a lot of great publicity. And there are people who Michael Irvin will respond to in the DMs who will give that guy business, allegedly. Okay.
Oh, no, for sure. There's no doubt about that. That's the first question they ask. They say, he's like, it's like, so he still got it. Because it's not a new guy. This is the same dude, but no new friends. Like
and bro, I was having a conversation with one of my partners before we got on the show, and that's honestly why I was late setting up, because he was like, "Bro, why people didn't just think that Lawrence Taylor could just do what he did off crack?" And I'm just like, because people don't understand supreme athletes. If you're a supreme athlete and you got supreme habits and you do all of that shit every day, it's part of your training regimen, and your body actually adjusts to the way you're fucking it up.
Which is why now LeBron is being able to play, because he's gotten his body's adjusted to that fucking golf shit now that he got to sit on it. Now because now he golfs regularly, I guess. I'm sure that LeBron still golfs like on.
Yeah, but like
I bet he fucking golfs like.
But what made MJ the GOAT, like, and this is an argument that I can't refute as a LeBron GOAT guy.
I was about to say, were you admitting that MJ's the GOAT?
I mean, MJ, honestly, at the end of the day, when you talk about what everybody thinks and what we can agree on, we can more easily agree on MJ being a GOAT than anybody else. Okay, I'm well.
He's the most consensed GOAT.
Yes, yeah. Bro, that nigga. When they talked about MJ going and playing 36 holes of golf and then giving niggas a 40 ball
and gambling.
No. I'm just talking about 36 holes of golf. I've played 18 holes of golf. I know how I feel after 18 holes of golf. And I know what happens over 18 holes of golf. MJ wasn't playing golf and he wasn't sober playing golf. You don't play 36 holes of golf leisurely and not drink. And we know MJ smokes cigars. So now you throw a cigar on top of that. Nigga can do all of that and then still give you 35, 40. Nigga average 30 for the career, 33 in the playoffs. I get why them old niggas be like, I'm not hearing this Kobe shit. I'm not hearing this LeBron shit. I'm not hearing this KD shit. I'm not hearing this Joker shit. I'm not hearing anybody you think is the GOAT, because I know how MJ played. I watched it and I knew how he was living too. And them niggas is actually like eating healthy.
It's a lot of people, by the way, just because I had to click on Instagram here. Just this, I'm getting a lot of reaction here.
Okay, what we got?
To the Trae Young feed. You know, Angelo, which we were with Angelo, New Year's, shout out to Angelo. You know, he's like, bruh. He's got the emojis with the blowing your nose. Josiah, who I just spoke about earlier, he said, phone on D&D rest of the night. Y'all be easy. And I guess I get it that Trae Young is Julian Turner. Thank God, finally, my season tickets can be worth something. This is such a Jew response to
Bro.
the news. Well, think about it. That's why he's like, he hears it from us on the show, and he's thinking to himself, he's like, really? That nigga, he's kind of excited about it.
Because that nigga was like, hey, I bought this ticket for fun and also as a
hey, you realize we traded him in division too.
Who cares?
I mean, yeah, the NBA is not like the NFL. If you get traded in division,
hey, if we don't be able to get AD out of the if we don't get something out of the CJ shit, bad trade. I'm not gonna evaluate the trade today because hey, do you got picks? Do you got picks today? Are we doing picks?
Yeah, absolutely. But I've got in the comments here on these posts, it says trade and Trae for a bag of chips.
Again, until I see what happens with CJ's contract.
Because I said the most lose-lose trade I've ever seen.
It is today, but if we move CJ and junk,
we're getting AD
for AD.
We're getting AD. That is what's going to happen.
So it becomes Trae Young for AD. Good trade.
Well, do you think that McCollum is what? Yeah, I guess because you have to have some sort of. But I think Porzingis' salary is the one that you're getting rid of.
Yeah. No,
but you're not trading McCollum. And I think McCollum stays. Porzingis and Ricochet go for AD. You bring in AD. You have the expiring in McCollum. He won't be back next year anyways. We know this. Well, but he can also still be functional in the team, because he can score and he's a guard, and you need that. Well,
he can go get you 20 every night.
But what do you think of that? Because CJ might come off the bench, or he might start. But him, Dyson, because Ricochet's gone, so it's him, Dyson, Jalen, AD, and Null.
Yeah.
So it's so CJ, Null, Dyson. So I guess Dyson moves to the 3 though.
No. Dyson moves to the 2. Dyson is at the 2.
Null's at the 3. But Null's like 6'5", 6.
We're
but
small
because he's a defender. He can do more. That's why I think he's the 3.
Yeah, we're small 1, 2, 3. But we're good at defense. We're good defensively on the wings or the point if we need it.
CJ can shoot. So there's that.
Hold on. I'm just talking about defense. We got and Dyson. So we got 2 perimeter defenders. Then we got Jalen Johnson and AD. We got 2 rim defenders. And then
AD is still a good defender when healthy.
AD, if he's healthy, he's still gonna give us 25 and 12.
Yes, for another 2 to 3 years.
Jalen's gonna give us 20 and 10 in motherfucking.
Well, hell, he's 24, 10 and 8 right now.
Yeah, he's 24,
That's what
10
he is right now.
And CJ gonna give us 22. So now you talking about 70 points between 3 niggas.
And Nall's averaging 20.
Well,
now obviously his number I don't know what happens with his number.
He's gonna be a 14.
Well, to me, CJ is gonna be more of the 16 guy though.
Nall can't get a bucket like CJ can.
He's been playing pretty well. He's on my fantasy team, so that's how I know. I'm like, man, he's been putting the ball.
No, I'm with you, but let's nigga, CJ beat Duke.
Lehigh.
Like CJ gets a bucket. So there, even if Nall can score more points than CJ, just if you give him the ball more, Nall's ability to score points isn't up to CJ's level. If that makes sense.
Agree. Yeah, agree.
So just like nobody can score points like KD can. Like KD is the best point scorer that's ever touched the basketball. But neither here nor there.
He's up there. But
I know you're a Kobe guy, but
it's not about Kobe. It's just
I think
it's just debatable. How about that?
I'll just say
it's debatable.
I'll just say look at the percentages and imagine if KD played basketball played low percentage shooting basketball. That's all.
I agree. And then we have to remember that he is 7 feet doing this. So it's fair. It's fair. You know, I am going to be a Kobe sympathizer, Lee, until I take my last breath. But
hey, you want to get to these picks? Cause
yeah, I do. I've got them queued up here. A little playoff 6 edition here.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry, I can't see from here. All right.
I'll do college football. Oh,
are we doing college football?
No, I was going to say I'll do those because one of the games is tomorrow, but I'm going to do those just as bonus picks.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Parlay P's NFL Playoff Round 1 6
2026. All right, so we're going to kick off the new year very special and hot. I can't recall what happened last year, but 2 years ago, the 6-pack that I put in, I actually did a parlay. It was on my brother's funeral day, and I ended up winning. So I'm very excited about this 6-pack. Again,
you did a parlay that night?
Yeah, I hit a parlay. It came down. The last game I needed was it was that Saturday. It was
Eagles game, not Eagles.
It was Chiefs. It was Chiefs Dolphins in Arrowhead. It was on Peacock. But
yeah. Now I remember we watched it at the lot. Yeah,
I won about $56,000 that night, and so I hope that I can bring that to the table here over this playoff wild card weekend that stretches to Monday Night Football these days. Anywho, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go in order of the games. So our first playoff game is going to be the most lackluster one of them all, and it's the Rams and the Panthers. Give me that under 47.5, boss. I don't understand. I do know why it's kind of that high, because their game was a high-scoring game when they played like 5 weeks ago. So kind of makes sense, but anyone that's watched the Carolina Panthers offense knows that offense is putrid. I expect the Rams to come out there and stomp a mud hole in them. I was going to do Rams 10.5, but honestly, the under is just way more appealing. I don't think the Panthers are going to score like that. So give me under 47.5, Rams, Panthers. Then next on that Saturday deck, we've got the Peacock exclusive game, which is going to be the Packers at the Bears. We're going to take the Bears on the money line for 2 reasons. A, they're dogs, and I'm surprised that people don't believe in the Bears. I actually think the Bears are a pretty good team. I get why you would take the Packers over them, but the Packers having Jordan Love, who has now sat out like the last 3 games since he got that concussion, I think that's a never good. The Bears did lose to the Lions, which was a nice little kick in the pants for them. Against a team that was still playing, like the Lions played for something on that game. Like they wanted to win, and I am not mad at all that the Bears lost that one. I like them against the Packers. Plus, the other real reason is this, Lee. I want Matt LaFleur to be our head coach. He has to lose that game. So
I like you betting with your heart.
I really like the Bears at home though.
No, I know. I just like pushing that narrative.
Yeah,
I
like the Bears. Yeah,
the Falcon. That sounds.
Then
good.
next we will move on to the Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars. We talked about this earlier with our top 3 teams, and 2 of these teams, I think the winner of this game. And it's unfortunate if the Jags win, and certainly if the Patriots win, that would mean that they're going to automatically play each other because they're the 3 and the 2. I don't want to take a winner because, honestly, this one is truly a pick 'em. I do like the over, though. They've got the over at 50.5. Let's take the over in that Bills-Jags game. I do expect points to get scored in Jacksonville. So give me over 50.5 in that game. Then next, we will have the 49ers at the Eagles. I like San Francisco plus 4.5. I think that's a lot of points that they're giving to them against an Eagles team that can't score. That although it's good defensively, I feel like the 49ers are so battle-tested. This is still the same group of guys that went in. And kind of like Sean just said, that defense has been hogwash for the 49ers, but that offense has been hogwash for the Eagles. So I like the 4.5. I don't expect this game to not be close. So give me the points in the 49ers here. Then the Sunday night crescendo, Sunday Night Football. We got the Chargers at Patriots, and we're going to do something that's not a first on this show, but something that I don't normally do. Instead of taking a winner here, I've got a player prop for everybody. That player prop is Travion Henderson, anytime touchdown. That is plus 135. I like him to get in. He's been moving the ball. He's been getting in. I expect the Patriots to score points, and I expect him to be one that gets in. So give me Travion Henderson plus 135 on the money line, on the anytime touchdown. And then finally, we've got the Houston Texans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Super interesting game. I'm going to take the Steelers plus 3.5 here. I think that Houston's going to win, but there's also just this world similar to that Ravens game, which this is the same spread of the Ravens game, where I can say with DK Metcalf back, even against that stout defense, that somehow the old man pulls it off. So give me the Steelers plus 3.5.
All right, so we got Rams at Panthers under 47.5. Packers at Bears on the money line. Bills at Jags over 50.5. San Francisco plus 4.5. Travion Henderson anytime touchdown, and Steelers plus 3.5.
That is correct. And
give me your college bonus picks now.
Let's go ahead with the bonus picks. So I did not look at the numbers on these, but I do know who I like in the games. Let me just go to it though. This gets up in time. We've got Miami against Mississippi or Ole Miss. This has Mississippi on here. I don't know why I said Mississippi. Miami against Ole Miss in the Tostitos. I guess it's not Tostitos anymore, but the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah.
So they're out in Arizona, obviously a neutral site game. I like Ole Miss at plus 150 on the money line, honestly. I like them as a dog. I think that they're going to beat Miami. And Miami's been playing really well. But I think Ole Miss is going to be in the national championship, oddly enough. So I like the one SEC representative to make it. Next, we got Oregon and Indiana here in Atlanta at the Peach Bowl. And they played each other pretty close in Oregon. I like Oregon plus 3.5 here, though. So I'm kind of in favor of both of the dogs in the college games. Not because I don't think Oregon's good, but so funny enough, this is actually a clip that we have on the show. I said Oregon's going to win a national championship in the next 3 years. And we talked about this. Their best chance is to do it right now. If they beat Indiana, they're going to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think Dan Lanning wins his national championship if he does it. But he's going to get one. But I just feel like right now is a prime time for him to do it.
Okay, you ready for Lee's story?
Yeah.
Hey, I like your picks.
Well,
you like your picks, and I love your picks. So that
and when you love them, that means it's time for
Lee's three. That's the best Lee's 3 we've done without trying to do it. That's amazing stuff. So, hey, for Lee's 3 this week, I'm going to change a little bit up.
Okay.
Hey, that Jags Bills game, I want the Jags on the money line.
Cartersville's own
Duval.
Hey, Duval.
Hey, look here. If Jacksonville is successful, I'm happy. Trevor's from my city, so because my team's not there, I'm going to root for him. So that's what we're doing. I like the Steelers plus 3.5 because if you're listening to this, I really like the Steelers on the money line. I just can't give it out. But Steelers plus 3.5. And then lastly, give me Ole Miss on the money line.
Okay, so yes, are you feeling what I'm feeling in that game?
Yeah, no, Lane told them boys that y'all can't win a natty without me. And they felt disrespected. You know, when Michael Jordan was sitting on in his beautiful house with them yellow ass eyes.
Yeah. They took that personal.
Yeah, no. They took that personal. They felt disrespected. And that's what they're on. So maybe it's my SEC bias, but more importantly, this is a team that's playing with some passion, and national commentators, you can't respect them because they work for networks and they push ratings. They're not pushing actual good football. Shout out to Paul Feinbaum. You listen to Paul Feinbaum if you want to hear how people feel about football, because ratings are a part, but ratings don't drive that show. Trust me. It's a great show, but no. So give me Ole Miss, man. Parlay Pete, anything else you want to say before we get out of here? I know there's a lot of shit that we didn't talk about, but the Falcons cleaned house, and that just takes up an hour of the show. So
absolutely, it's a very important matter to us and the people. So, no, that's all I could think of with the time that we have today.
All right, dog. Holla at you. We'll do this again next week. I'll talk to you before then.
Absolutely. Salutations, good people, and Happy New Year. I know that you can't really say Happy New Year at this point, but
yeah,
we're still a weekend. Yeah.
Hey, Happy New Year to everybody, man. I hope y'all have a great year and you prosper and do all of that stuff. Black hearts if you really believe this.